Points on the board, has done an excellent job of keeping the ball out of Septon-Felter's hands and Lookinbill's hands for Lehigh. Now we're getting a lot of opinions, but this is a critical call for Fordham.
There's number 16, Tom Garlick. He would love to follow in the footsteps of the last Fordham wide receiver to make it in the NFL. That was Kurt Sohn. Had a nice career with the New York Jets from 81 to 88. Of course, the most... Well, let's go down to the sidelines once again and get the word from Doug Wright. Doug?
It's such a beautiful day here at Goodman Stadium. Some fans just enjoying the sunshine as much as the football game here at Goodman Stadium. 70 degrees down here on the field.
Doug's got himself a nice view. 3rd down 5, big play, under 3 minutes to go first half. Fordham with the ball, trailing by 6. Pass complete, very, very close to a first down. Garlick on the reception. Wetzel made the tackle. See where they spot it?
This is awfully close. They may have it, but you feel even if they don't have it, it's so close on 4th and inches that Fordham would go to that big offensive line. They won't have to. They've got the first down inside the Lehigh 10. Interesting call. They only had one wide receiver out to the left. They had real tight splits in their offensive line. Looked like it might be a run. Threw the quick hitch to the left and picked up the first down.
Well, Larry Glick has established the run this afternoon. 2 different styles we're seeing. 2:25 to go. Wallace, great defensive play. Again, Mike Yadish, a super play by the senior linebacker. 6'1", 205. Mike's been a starter since his sophomore season. Great kid, a lot of personality.
There you see him, and you're right. That was an excellent play from inside out. Yadish, a contact player that time, made the big play inside the 10. Now 2nd and goal, Rich.
From the 9. Minute 50 to go, first half. Fordham would love to go in with the lead, and big pressure and overthrown. Garlick intended, but the pressure got to O'Lear, and he was racked up by Lance Haynes.
Well, you're going to see the 2 bookends, Lance Haynes, 44, and Mike Yadish, number 20. They're the 2 outside linebackers. Here you're going to see them coming. Oops. O'Lear really takes the shot. He's lucky the ball wasn't intercepted. Lehigh came with the all-out blitz that time. They're forcing now a 3rd and goal. 1 minute 44 left in the half, Rich.
O'Lear was sandwiched on that play. 3rd down, goal from the 9. Big moment.
Lehigh's up again, tight man-to-man.
O'Lear, and he's sacked by Lance Haynes.
Larry Glick is screaming for a timeout. He wants some time to make the decision on 4th down, but you know, Fordham didn't make the adjustment that time. They tried to throw the same pass. Lehigh came with the same blitz. Nobody picked up either outside linebacker. Here you're going to see Lance Haynes put his helmet right on the quarterback. You know, linebackers love this. He put his helmet right on the football. That's textbook. That's called Alabama style. And now Fordham's got a 4th and goal.
Lance Haynes out of Wharton, New Jersey, Morris Hills High School. You can see he's a fire plug type of a player. Not tall, but he's wide. Pretty good acceleration, too.
In the second period, Villanova 21,
Second quarter, a Patriot League score. Bucknell trailing highly rated Villanova 21-0. Penn State on top of Temple, 16-0 first half. And Mark Duffner, Coach of the Year several times out of Holy Cross, made the move down to Maryland, has the Terrapins on top of a top 25 team. North Carolina State, it's 10-7 in favor of Maryland, 3rd quarter. And right here, we are at 13-7 as we anticipated a very tightly played ball game.
Well, after a lot of discussion on the sidelines, Larry Glick has sent his kicker into the game, so it looks like Fordham's going for the field goal with 1:32 left in this half.
Well, 4th down 15.
Looks like time has expired. They're going to get a delay penalty. And I'm not sure of the range of Bob Hagan.
Well, that's a mistake, Kim. You call a timeout and then get a delay penalty.
Well, you're right. It's a major mistake because
5-yard penalty.
there we see the call. He was about ready to kick a 32-yard field goal, and now he's looking at a 37-yard field goal. Fordham is going to take another timeout.
Well, with talent on loan from God. That's how he says it. Talk show host Rush Limbaugh will bring his, to say the least, unique style to Channel 69 beginning Monday night, September 21st. Find out what American radio listeners are talking about as Rush delivers a mix of satire, news analysis, viewer call-ins, and more to the Lehigh Valley. The Rush Limbaugh Show premieres Monday night, September 21st at 7:30 right here on Channel 69. We've got a minute and a half to play in the first half. Lehigh is leading Fordham 13-7. Fordham, though, faced with a 4th down and 20 now. The drive fizzled with some great defensive play by Hank Small's troops. And now Bob Hagan is awaiting the opportunity to kick a field goal, which would bring Fordham to within 3 if he's successful.
And then, of course, Lehigh's got the decision, if he misses, to get into the 2-minute drill from this position on the football field. But let's take a look at the kick first, Rich.
It's a 37-yard try for Bob Hagan. Potamoose is to hold. And this time, no block. It is up and no good. It is wide to the right. So Lehigh dodges the proverbial bullet. That has to be a disappointment for Larry Glick.
Well, again, they moved the football. They took minutes off the clock. They kept the Lehigh offense on the sidelines. But again, they come up short. They don't punch it in. They get nothing out of it. And you're right, that's got to be disappointing, especially going into the locker room at halftime, and it's a loss of momentum. Let's see what Lehigh does offensively now, Rich. Will they sit on it? Doesn't look like it because they're lining up in the shotgun.
Minute 27, a world of time. A shovel pass, looking Bill. Got about 5 on the play. John Clarkson made the tackle. Clock moving, 1:13 and counting.
No huddle.
First half. Ball at the Lehigh 22. Semptenfelder again. Steps up, and he will be corralled. Nice job by Pat O'Doherty. Number 66 in on the tackle for Fordham. He's a 6-footer, 250, out of Ridley High School. Played with Matt Blunden, who had a great career at Virginia. 3rd down for the Engineers. Semptenfelder throws, complete, and it is McCarthy. He's got a first down, trying for more. He's got more. Look at the big guy go. Check that 88. Another big guy in his own right is Jason Cristino. Looked too good for a tight end, actually.
Well, he's one of the biggest wide receivers you'll ever see. He's about 6'4". Semptenfelder that time on 3rd down in the pocket throws underneath the Fordham zone to Cristino. And you're right, he does some excellent running. They've got a first down. They're close to midfield, Rich. Still out of the shotgun, 34 seconds left.
I should have known better. McCarthy doesn't run that well. Semptenfelder drills another pass, and again it's Jason Cristino, proving to be a very sure-handed receiver.
Looked at Semptenfelder. I like it. He turned around. He knew exactly where the referee was going to be, behind him on the football field. He got the timeout. He's still got 28 seconds left. The other thing he did on this play, Rich, he read the zone. Fordham was in a 2 deep. You're going to see it on the replay. The place to go with the football against the 2 deep zone is down the middle of the football field. That's where Semptenfelder goes with the ball to Cristino again. He's got another big first down, and we haven't seen much of the Lehigh offense. We're seeing a little bit of it right now.
Well, Lehigh graduated 2 excellent wideouts, Horace Ham and Richie Clark. Ham had a tryout with the Atlanta Falcons, did not make it, but has since latched on with Mike Holmgren and the Green Bay Packers. He is on their developmental squad, a kid with a load of talent.
Well, you know, I'm very good friends with the receiver coach of the Atlanta Falcons, Jimmy Robinson, who really liked Pete Ham. The problem down in Atlanta was they've got a lot of talent at the wide receiver position, and it's nice to see that Ham may have found a home out in Green Bay.
There's a spot to be. Hardly know a football game was going on. But we've got a good one. 28 seconds to go. Lehigh with a football at the Fordham 39. Looking to tack something on here late. Kevin Rubin has it. Struggles to the 33-yard line. 17 seconds to go. Lehigh calls time to stop the clock.
This is a real interesting play. They're going to fake a screen right and throw the screen left. Calvin Hobbs, 66, the big guard, is going to pull and come out and lead the way. Here you're going to see Hobbs right in front of Rubin. He's the guy making the block right there that springs him for some extra yardage. The tackle made eventually by Geisler, but Lehigh is still moving the football. Now only 17 seconds left, and they've got to throw the ball downfield.
Hank Small has always done a fabulous job with his quarterbacks, going back to his days as an assistant at Princeton. Had Bob Holly there. He was a fine quarterback. Developed Doug Butler, was a record setter in the Ivy League, and he has really made a name for himself as an offensive wizard.
Well, the thing I like about Hank Small as a quarterback coach is that he really turns the ball over to his quarterback. He allows the youngster to make decisions out on the field, and I think really that's what the game's all about. So many times you see the ball taken away from the quarterback today and all of the calls being made on the sidelines. Hank Small gives his quarterbacks the option, and even though Septenfelder is young, he's got the option to audibilize out there.
16 seconds to go. Septenfelder fakes. He is dropped on a superb play by Aaron Doherty. Doherty is their sack man. And with 5 seconds to go, check that, 9 seconds to go. We'll take a break, come back with the final couple of plays in the first half.
Sports Channel, turn us on, and here's what you'll see. The Sports Channel Pro Boxing Tour. From Atlantic City to Las Vegas and everywhere in between, we'll bring you the matches that pit the toughest professional boxers against each other. Be it lightweight, middleweight, or heavyweight, challenger, contender, or champion, these fighters know how to take a punch and how to send their opponent to the canvas. It's all on the Pro Boxing Tour. That's what you'll get when you turn on Sports Channel. Grab a bike and join Sports Channel, WEEI, and the American Lung Association for the 8th Annual Autumn Escape Bike Trek on Cape Cod, September 18th through the 20th, 1992. You'll ride from Plymouth to Provincetown while enjoying new friends, support, and great food. And you'll be helping the American Lung Association fight lung disease, the third leading cause of death in America. For more information, call the American Lung Association of Massachusetts, the Christmas Seal people, at 1-800-522-2911.
Oh, Bills.
The game's on, dear.
Great.
There's the great linebacker, Mark Blazweski, the Blaze. He gives us the lowdown on the current hairstyles.
I don't know, we just had a crazy year, to tell you the truth. We got together Wednesday and said, let's shave our heads, you know, and the whole starting defense got their heads shaved, and, you know, it's just something we wanted to do.
How do you think they look?
The heads or the defense?
How do the heads look? We
look great. And we're the same people on the inside. We're still beautiful, so we're raring to go.
Nice do. All right, 9 seconds to go in the first half. Following a sack, 3rd down, 13 for Lehigh. They lead 13-7. Septenfelder steps up, rifles downfield, nearly intercepted. Breaking it up is Dave Kratz, and there is a flag down on the play with 4 seconds to go. It is against Lehigh.
Well, it's going to be a holding call against Lehigh. With 4 seconds left, it looks like this will put them certainly out of field goal range, and probably out of the opportunity to get back into field goal range and have any time left on the clock. Fordham accepts the penalty.
Offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 3-play, third down.
Let's take a look at the holding, possibly at the bottom of the screen there as Septenfelder steps up in the pocket. Really kind of hard to see, but at any rate, it leaves Lehigh with a third and enormous.
Well, this will be the final play of the first half. Septenfelder will shoot out to the right. There's the horn, a Hail Mary try, and it is picked off. And that will be the final play. Brian Vesey picked it off, but it is meaningless. The half has come to a close, and Lehigh leads 13-7. Give him some quick thoughts on the first half.
Well, an excellent football game so far. Two different distinct styles. The power game of Fordham matched up against the quick hitting offense of Lehigh, and I think we're going to have an exciting second half.
Let's go down to Doug Wright. He's got Larry Glick of
Coach
Fordham.
Glick, the kicking game has hurt you in the first half. A block punt, a block field goal, a missed field goal.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think 13-7, we're doing all right. You know, we're controlling the ball a little bit on offense. We're getting some field position. We got to put it in the end zone, and we got to solve our kicking problems right now. That's a big issue right now for us at halftime. Settle the kicking game down. Now, we can beat this team if we just don't make any mistakes the second half.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Back up to you guys in the booth.
Thanks very much, Doug. And the kicking game has been a problem. They came into this contest concerned about the kicking game, and we'll see how it plays out in the second half. We're at Goodman Stadium, Lehigh University. This is the season opener for both, and we've got a good one. Lehigh leads the half.
Property owner.
Cromwell at the 30. Chacho, the quick pitch to Segretti. He's at the 10, the 5. He could dive in for the touchdown. To the short side of the field. Williams ducks inside and in for a touchdown. Chacho fired wide open. Gallagher, all he has to do is catch it because he's going for a touchdown. That's unbelievable. Fires on the run.
UMass takes on Holy Cross Saturday, September 19th at 1 p.m.
Hi, I'm Eddie Endelman, and I hope you'll join us here on Sports Channel for our pro football show on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock. What a lineup we have for you coming up this week. Quarterback Hugh Millen, he'll tell us all about what it was like to play against the Rams. We'll have the player of the game interviewed by WEEI's Dale Arnold. We'll have Ron Hobson, Ron Borges, and of course, Kevin Mannix and myself. We'll have our big weigh-in, we'll have our pro football picks, and of course, we'll have a lot of fun, your faxes and your phone calls.
During 4 very special years, students at Lehigh University are partners with many of the finest faculty in the nation, advancing learning through teaching, research, and public service. Students grow their minds, bodies, and personalities, and in the process, they discover ways to make their dreams come true. Discovery takes place in class as students choose from more than 60 majors in the arts, business, engineering, humanities, and natural and social sciences. Outside the classroom, they stretch even farther, participating in undergraduate research, internships, summer jobs, co-op programs, study abroad, cultural and intellectual activities, and sports. Lehigh develops achievers and leaders, alumni who rank 14th in the nation in the percentage of graduates who are officers or directors of major companies. They work in the Peace Corps. They're noted writers, entrepreneurs, legislators, astronauts, professors, teachers, and university presidents. Lehigh is set in the picturesque Lehigh Valley, which is steeped in history and is but a short ride to Philadelphia or New York. Leisure time choices off campus range from fishing in pristine trout streams to skiing in the Poconos to day trips to Broadway or a professional ball game. The university's financial aid policy also stands out. Lehigh guarantees that all regularly admitted students who are U.S. citizens or permanent residents will receive aid to meet their full need. But perhaps what sets Lehigh apart more than anything else is the warm, friendly atmosphere, the close-knit relationships among students, faculty, and staff. There truly is no other place like Lehigh. Lehigh University, small enough to be personal, yet large enough to be powerful.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Channel 69 College Football Sports Control area. It is halftime of our contest, Lehigh 13 and Fordham 7, and we'll be back with the second half. But first, here on our halftime IBM report for you, let us update you on what is taking place right now in college football. Beginning first with the scoreboard, and Penn State having no difficulties with the Temple Owls. Right now, Nittany Lions lead at 16-0 in the second. Penn State 16 and the Owls of Temple nothing. That is in the second period. In the third, a major surprise taking place in the Steel City. West Virginia Mountaineers, a touchdown underdog, come on to the Panthers' home field, and they are out in front at 23-6. Big play from this one coming up right now. Watch what happens here. John Kempa makes the catch for West Virginia, fumbles the football, but they recover in the end zone. Mountaineers have the lead. Back on the scoreboard now. In the second, Hofstra and Lafayette tied at 7. That's a 7-7 tie in the second quarter. Muhlenberg leading Susquehanna by 3 on a field goal in the second. Other scores for you now. No score with Franklin and Marshall and Moravian in the first period. Notre Dame, ranked number 3 in the country, playing against number 6 Michigan, and the Fighting Irish scoring in the first quarter to lead it 7-0, and it was a spectacular touchdown run. We're going to show it to you twice here coming up. Watch the pitch out coming up here from Rick Meyer over to Reggie Brooks. 20 yards out, he spins, jukes, dives, gets hit 2 or 3 times, finally takes a big-time smack on the helmet, which momentarily knocked him unconscious as he fell into the end zone. Watch the hit one more time coming up here, as you will see Brooks spin and elude would-be tacklers, then get smacked, but he is okay, stayed in the football game, and right now Notre Dame is out in front 7-0 over Michigan in the first. Back on the scoreboard for you now. In the second, no score between Holy Cross and Army. In the first, Northwestern Boston College with no score on the board. Virginia Navy underway now. Goose Eggs in the first quarter. Iowa out in front of Iowa State, 14-0 in the second. From this contest, we've got some highlight action for you before we continue on the board. Roll the tape for the Iowa and the Iowa State game. We'll show you what happened in this one. This is Danon Hughes, who is the Iowa Hawkeye all-time touchdown reception leader, and you see why when he makes this spectacular catch from the QB Hartlib. One more time on the slow-mo, as Hughes obviously enjoyed what he just had accomplished there. It is a perfectly thrown ball, over-the-shoulder grab, and it accounted for the score. Back on the college football scoreboard for you now. In the first, Colgate-Rutgers with nothing to report. In the second, Florida out in front of Kentucky at 14-7. In the third, East Carolina leading Virginia Tech 10-3, and the way that East Carolina scored in that game was on a fake punt, and amazing play by East Carolina. In the first, Maryland leading North Carolina State at 10-7. In the second, Maine in front of Kutztown at 3-0, and in the second, Villanova out in front of Bucknell at 21-0. All right, now there is more than just college football taking place today. Some excellent tennis going on at the U.S. Open Tennis Championships at Flushing Meadow in New York. It is big-time tennis day. You have 2 men's semifinals, and of course the ladies singles final will also be played this afternoon. But first, let us pick up some of the action in the first men's semifinal. Stefan Edberg playing against Michael Chang. It is Chang in the near court, Edberg in the far court, and Michael Chang with a passing shot like this.
Michael Chang has
won the first set. Then, second set, all Stefan Edberg, as he cruised out to, at one time, a 4-0 advantage with a backhand ripper that Chang couldn't handle.
I should say.
And then Edberg continuing on to capture that second set against Chang. as Stefan steps up and knocks off the volley for the winner right there. Edberg winning the second set. Right now they are playing in the third set, and at this point really indicative of how Edberg has sort of changed his game to play against the baseliner Michael Chang. Edberg staying back more instead of his usual attacking self. Then when he does indeed get the short ball and has the opportunity to attack, he will come to the net, and Edberg has, as always, extremely efficient at the net. Watch him attack and get the winning volley. All right now, once again, the women's final set for this afternoon, featuring Monica Seles against Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. All right, we'll take a break right here and be back with more halftime right after this.
Forever Baseball's here. Hello, everybody. I'm Parker Livermore. Join me each week on Forever Baseball. From the majors to the minors to the college ranks, Forever Baseball touches all the bases. We'll talk to the big money ball players, the super scribes, and the fans in the stands. Whether it's features from Fenway, rotisserie reports, or hitting tips, we've got all your baseball news. So join me each week right here on Forever Baseball.
Just Forever Baseball Blues.
Sports Channel, turn us on, and here's what you'll see. The Sports Channel Pro Boxing Tour. From Atlantic City to Las Vegas and everywhere in between, we'll bring you the matches that pit the toughest professional boxers against each other. Be it lightweight, middleweight, or heavyweight, challenger, contender, or champion, these fighters know how to take a punch and how to send their opponent to the canvas. It's all on the Pro Boxing Tour. That's what you'll get when you turn on Sports Channel. Things get rolling this September on Sports Channel. The college football season kicks off, and we'll have game after game featuring the nation's best schools. Plus, there'll be plenty of local college action, featuring Holy Cross as they host the University of Massachusetts Minutemen. The action in the Canadian Football League will heat up as the teams close in on the Grey Cup Championship. How about some Australian rules football? We even have that on World of International Sports. This September, keep your set tuned to Sports Channel all month long.
And welcome back, everybody, to our IBM halftime report. It is Lehigh 13, Fordham 7 at the half. We're going to return now to Goodman Stadium as Doug Wright is down on the field. Doug.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. I'm here with a man who quarterbacked Lehigh to a 9-2 record last season, the since graduated Glenn Kempa. Thanks a lot for joining us, Glenn. Why don't you tell some of the Lehigh fans watching what you've been up to lately?
Myself, I'm just in search for a job, a really good job with my Lehigh education. I'm coaching a high school team in my area right now, and hopefully, if the World League comes around next year, I'm going to try and give a good effort for that.
The World League, that would be pretty interesting. I know you were in Bears camp for a while. What was that like?
It was really exciting. I spent a week at the Bears camp in Illinois back in July. And it was just exciting to be there with, the players that I grew up watching, idols here, the Jim Harbaugh, Tom Waddle. It was really exciting out there.
I bet it was. What was it like working under Mike Ditka? Did you have much of a chance to talk with him?
You get a couple words in, but it's intimidation. That's all you can say with Mike Ditka. He comes out with his golf cart, and he just sits there and watches practice, and when he says, goes every time.
Well, you were one of a long line of great quarterbacks here at Lehigh, and it looks like we may have another one in Scott Semptenfelter.
Oh, definitely. I think Scott has all the tools. You could see out there today, the first start, he wasn't nervous at all. He was ready to go. I think Coach Small and Coach Higgins just make some adjustments in there at halftime. They should do great the second half.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us, Glenn. Good luck to you. Glenn Kempa, former quarterback of the Lehigh Engineers. Back to you now, Jim, in the studio.
All right, Doug, thank you very much. Nice to see Glenn at the stadium where he did so well, of course, last season. Our score at halftime, Lehigh 13 and Fordham 7. When you sit back and assess what has transpired in the first half of play, and I think that Lehigh head coach Hank Small said it best, if we don't make any mistakes in the second half, we should win this game. The first half, mistake-prone by both teams, as you had blocked field goals, blocked punts, fumbles, dropped passes, things that just didn't work out well for either club. However, both teams did indeed get on the scoreboard, and at halftime it is a 13-7 advantage for Lehigh. Updating the score now from the other Patriot League confrontation taking place in Eastern right now, Lafayette 7 and Hofstra 7. They have reached the second period on that with just about a minute or two left in the halftime. Once again, it is 13-7 with Lehigh in front of Fordham at the half. Back with more halftime right after this.
Sports Channel. Turn us on, and here's what you'll see. Thoroughbred action. Harvey Pack brings you all the thoroughbred horse racing excitement from the tracks all across New York State. Every racing day, you'll get gate-to-wire coverage of the races and the official results from the tracks. Plus, Harvey will keep track of the fastest horses, the best jockeys, and the current racing trends. Horse racing has never been more exciting than on Thoroughbred action. That's what you'll get when you turn on Sports Channel. Grab a bike and join Sports Channel, WEEI, and the American Lung Association for the 8th Annual Autumn Escape Bike Trek on Cape Cod, September 18th through the 20th, 1992. You'll ride from Plymouth to Provincetown while enjoying new friends, support, and great food. And you'll be helping the American Lung Association fight lung disease, the third leading cause of death in America. For more information, call the American Lung Association of Massachusetts, the Christmas Seal people, at 1-800-522-2911.
Back. Lehigh leading at 13-7. We're going to get a chance to look at some highlights from the first half. Close ball game. Tightly played as we expected. Mark Lookenbill.
This is Lookenbill deep out of the I formation. Don DeMizio, of course, the lead fullback blocker, and just great thrust by the offensive line. You can see he gets 3 or 4 yards into the end zone. That, of course, was Lehigh's first touchdown. We see the other side, Rich, and Fordham in that big offensive line from the 1 yard line. Same type of play, really, out of the eye with the lead fullback. And Fordham scores its touchdown. So it was really, at this point in the ball game, 2 power plays for the 2 scores in the game. Lehigh came back on a big pass play by Septenfelder to bring it down to the 1. And this is where Lookenbill has enough composure at the line of scrimmage to actually reach the ball over into the end zone for Lehigh's second touchdown.
Well, Lehigh missed an extra point, so the score is 13-7. Look at Conrad O'Lear.
And you know, Conrad O'Lear, I think, has done everything Larry Glick would like him to do in the first half, except perhaps on this play, because Lance Haynes blitzed from the blind side, caught O'Lear unaware, and that was a big sack for Lehigh. It was one of 2 times Fordham was inside the 20 and did not get a score.
That's right. Fordham had it 1st and goal there late in the first half and came away with 0. And there's Hank Small. The stats not overwhelming on his side. Fordham certainly controlled the ball and the clock in the first half.
Well, the most amazing stat of the ball game is Lehigh leads 13-7, but trails in time of possession 23 minutes for Fordham and a little over 6 minutes for Lehigh. Really tells the tale. The Fordham ball control offense has worked, but it hasn't worked on the scoreboard.
Hank Small leading in this, the season opener for both clubs. Lehigh won the game last year at Fordham, 32-7. Lehigh set to receive. Larry Glick's ball club looking for its first Patriot League win ever, 0-10. And it's Klingerman for Lehigh. Tries to plow his way forward. Gets out to about the 28-yard line. Just a great day for football. Vin Scully, a Fordham grad himself, might call it an oil painting. And we're set to go.
You see the numbers on Septenfelder, 8 out of 13 in the first half. An excellent start for the junior. And look at Lookenbill.
Here we go, Mark. Lookenbill down the left sideline, tiptoes his way into Fordham territory. And Lehigh did not get a whole lot on the rushing side of the ledger in the first half, just 13 yards, but they open up with a run here.
Now, and Brad Jordan on the stop for Fordham, but the toss sweep to the weak side. Great block by the fullback, great block by Hobbs, and Endicott out front. One of the few times we've seen Lookenbill break loose in this ball game.
Good block also by 67, Marco Champillet. Lookenbill again squirts his way for about 3 to 4 yards. Blazoweski is there. John Clarkson also in on the tackle. 2nd down, 7 for the brown and white at the Fordham 44-yard line. We are just underway, 3rd quarter. with Lehigh leading Fordham 13-7. Lehigh coming off the sensational year at 9-2. Fordham went 2-9, but finished strongly against Holy Cross and Villanova. Nearly beat both of those powerhouses. Looking Bill again, not much doing. There's Doherty again from his left end position, plugging things up.
And their scheme of things, he's almost a stand-up linebacker and just shut it down that time. Lehigh now faced with a 3rd and long, their first 3rd down in the second half.
6'1", 235, Doherty from Northampton, New Hampshire. Semptimphelder with good time and a great catch by Dave Cicchini, and he took a serious lick from Brad Jordan. But my, what a grab by Cicchini. First down.
Excellent concentration. You're going to see Looking Bill slip down the inside. That's going to bring the linebackers up. There you see the linebackers coming up for Fordham, and Cicchini's behind them and makes the great catch, as you mentioned, Rich. Concentration, hanging on that football. He's got his team a first down.
See too many players concentrate that intensely over the middle. Semptimphelder keeps for about 4 off the left side.
And that is a new wrinkle that we haven't seen in a few years from a Lehigh offense. It was a straight option. Semptimphelder down the line. Hank Small mentioned he might go to a little bit of option. And that time it worked effectively as Semptimphelder kept the ball, went downfield for 5 yards.
2nd down 5 at the Fordham 23. Lehigh buoyed by the marvelous catch on the part of Dave Cicchini, giving up his body. Looking Bill, right side. About a yard short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and about a yard and a half at the Fordham 20. Aaron Torgler made the tackle.
This is where Lehigh's most dangerous. Inside the 20, around the 20, 3rd and 2 or 3. You think it might be a rundown, but they can go up top on 3rd and 2.
Here's Semptimphelder being chased, escapes, not much doing, and finally brought down. Aaron Torgler again makes the stop.
Well, you're gonna see a real competitor on this replay. Semptimphelder can't find anybody downfield. Now the pressure gets to him. He shakes off one tackler. He's still fighting for more yardage. He's going to shake off another. Finally, the 3rd one gets him very close to the first down. Looks like he came up a yard short, Rich. It's 4th and 1. Hank Small with a big decision here. 4th and 1 on his own 19. Looks like he's going for it.
He's got a good solid yard to pick up. 4th down 1. Look! Going nowhere! Wow!
Number 93, Ryan Reiner.
And Ryan Reiner,
the defensive end for Fordham, with great penetration on 4th down. Out of the eye, Looking Bill with the lead back, but look at no running room at all, and that's a big defensive play for Fordham as they take over on the Lehigh 22.
Ryan Reiner had a great game in the scrimmage against Southern Connecticut, was a starter last year. He makes his biggest play of the game. So Lehigh is turned away. Here's the play fake. O'Lear, short pass, incomplete. Mike Yadish dished out a pretty good blow to a guy against whom he played in high school, Tony Iasello.
You see the numbers on Conrad O'Lear in the first half. 10 of 16, 83 yards, no interceptions. Larry Glick's got to be very happy with that performance so far in this game.
Political science major Conrad O'Lear.
You know, Glick mentioned going in at halftime, they've got to eliminate the kicking game mistakes. And once they get the ball inside the Lehigh 20, they've got to put some points on the board. They've been very effective in between the 20-yard lines, but they've got to punch it in.
Lou Holtz works the sidelines. Larry Glick working the gum. 2nd and 10 for the Fordham Rams. Early third quarter, they trail by 6. Hand off. Scott Helverson, good running room. Cradles the football out to about the 30. That will bring up 3rd down and a couple.
Yeah, I like Helverson because he never goes down on the first hit. You're going to see him hit into the line here off his right guard. There's 2 hits on him right there, and he's still falling forward for the extra positive yardage.
Well, this is one of the things Fordham wanted to accomplish this year, establish a ground game. 3rd down 2. Pitch back, Helverson looking for room. Slips away from one guy, has the 1st down. Excellent effort by Scott Helverson. Adam Sapersky finally ran him out.
I really thought Mike Wetzel was going to make the play behind the line of scrimmage. He came up from his cornerback position and forced the play, took a shot at making the tackle, but missed it. And Fordham got outside for the 1st down.
First down 10. Fordham with the football at its own 34-yard line. 10 minutes, 10 seconds to go, 3rd period. From Goodman Stadium, Lehigh University. Again, it's Helverson. For about 2. In on the tackle. Big number 98, Mark Witter, out of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania.
You know, Witter, of course, saw a lot of action last year. He's a really undersized defensive lineman, but he's got a big heart, and he's made a couple of key plays so far in this ball game.
Just 5'11". Packs 226 onto that frame. 9.5 to go in the 3rd. 2nd down 7 for the Fordham Rams. O'Lear gets it away. Incomplete flag is dropped, though. Came behind the line of scrimmage.
One of the plays that hurt Lehigh against Fordham last year was the pop pass to the tight end. That's exactly what Fordham tried here. We see a penalty. Lehigh offsides. The way to stop the quick popping pass to the tight end is with the linebacker holding him up at the line of scrimmage.
Defense, 5-yard penalty, replay to down.
We see the offsides. That time, Lance Hayes was right in the face of the Fordham tight end and prevented the completion, but in the process, somebody stepped offsides. Here you're going to see it. Looks like Witter, perhaps, jumping the gap early, 98 for Lehigh. Fordham's now got a 2nd and short, Rich.
2nd down 2. They are at their own 41. Pitch back, Helverson. Helverson stringing out the play, and Kevin Jefferson flying in to make the stop.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, the guy who makes this play is number 22, Manuel Torres. Here you're going to see the line. There's the action in the trenches, but look at 22, takes on the blocker outside, sheds the blocker, comes up and makes the shoestring tackle. Great play by Manuel Torres.
Well, now 3rd down and 3 after the fine defensive effort. Fordham with a football at its own 41. 8 minutes, 40 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Helverson does not get the 1st down. And again on a 3rd and short, 3rd and 3, Larry Glick elects to run the football.
Well, that's what he's been doing all afternoon. It's worked for him in terms of moving the football. But when you get into 3rd and 3, 3rd and 3.5, it's sometimes pretty tough to make that kind of yardage on 3rd down.
There's Mark Lookenbill. He returned punts last year, but Hank Small wants to reserve his strength for the tailback spot. Another poor snap, but Mazzanegro fields it, gets away a line drive. Cicchini will take it. Has to get outside, cutting, and to the 18-yard line, so Fordham,
but you know, Rich,
a mistake, but they get away with it.
Right, Larry Glick's got to be very concerned about that kicking game, because that was almost another block punt because of the bad snap.
Kicking game, always so important. Oh, there's Mark Lookenbill, 56 yards, 12 carries. Helverson getting considerably more work. Now here's Lookie spinning. Maybe a couple of yards. Hank Small trying to counter with a little ball control of his own.
You know, and one of the reasons we haven't seen more of Lookenbill is the fact that Helverson and the Fordham offense have been controlling the time so far in this football game.
Second down 9 for the brown and white. They lead 13-7 with 7:20 to go in the third period. Pass from Semptenfelder is incomplete. It was intended for Kevin Rubin. He couldn't hang on. Chris Tyrone was there on the coverage. And there's Blaze. They call him Blaze. Came from Poland when he was 6 years old with his twin brother, and mother still speaks fluent Polish in his household. Quite a story. Third down. And 9 for the brown and white out of the shotgun. Semptenfelder guns it away, complete to Jason Cristino. And Cristino has really had a nice ball game.
Well, he sure has. And we talked earlier, Fordham likes to play a double zone too deep on 3rd and long. Scott Semptenfelder out of the shotgun gets a good look at the 2 deep, and the place to go is with the football is down the middle of the football field. That's where Cristino was, and they've got a big first down.
He averaged better than 17 yards per catch last year, and with Ham and Clark, that was still a team high. On first down, Ryan Reiner greets Mark Lookenbill. Not much doing there. Back to Cristino. Really an excellent player, 6'3", 200-pounder of Notre Dame High School in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Well, when he falls down, he gets an extra 6 or 7 yards.
Right. Geology major. Spent some time in Wyoming and Idaho this summer. Second down and 10. And Lookenbill is in motion. Semptenfelder zings it. And it's complete to Mark Lookenbill. Dave Kratz made the tackle.
And that time an excellent pattern by Lookenbill. Very concise route out of the backfield. He went down in between the zone about 7-8 yards, just hooked it to the outside. Semptenfelder was looking at him all the way. They've now got a 3rd and 2. Real tough play for Fordham to defense against.
Lehigh with the ball at its own 48-yard line with 5:45 to go, third quarter, and enough for the first down. Mark Lookenbill has it. Well, we talked about number 56, Mark Blazoweski, and the school very proud of what he's done. They've even got matches in the name of Blaze. There it is.
Okay.
We talked about heart. I mean, not many kids have bigger hearts than the guy they call Blaze. Great story last year against Princeton. Tore a ligament in his knee. It was the same knee he blew out, which forced him to miss all of the '90 season. Well, he went under the knife Sunday morning, 6 a.m. following that Princeton game, arthroscopic surgery. He was back the following Saturday, played every down in a win over Columbia.
Yeah.
He's a lion.
Pretty scary.
He's a lion.
Those are the guys you like to avoid. Lehigh did not make that first down, Rich. They came out, measured, came up short. They're forced to punt.
Melograno to punt, and it looked as though another poor snap. Both teams struggling in a near block and a shank. Melograno didn't get any of that one, so the kicking game a problem for both clubs. Fordham will have it at its own 34-yard line. They trail at 13-7, 5:06 to play in the third period. Another look. All right, off of that near botch, we'll take a break.
Get in touch with the great outdoors with Sports Channel's Sunday morning outdoor lineup. Start off the morning with some fantastic fishing on the outdoor trail with Wayne Pearson at 10. Fishing with Castaway at 10:30. And Canadian sports fishing at 11. Then head back into the woods with Bob McGuire's Outdoor Journal at 11:30. And Outdoor Trails with Barry Stokes at noon. Turn us on every Sunday morning beginning at 10 and plan out your own outdoor adventures with the Sports Channel Outdoor lineup.
Cromwell at the 30. Chacho, the quick pitch to Segretti. He's at the 10, the 5. He could dive in for the touchdown. To the short side of the field. Williams ducks inside and in for a touchdown. Chacho firing wide open. Gallagher, all he has to do is catch it because he's going for a touchdown. That's unbelievable. Fires on the run.
UMass takes on Holy Cross Saturday, September 19th at 1 p.m. This summer, Sports Channel presents Celtics Encore, a look back at the most exciting games of the 91-92 Boston Celtics season. Watch the games that shaped the Celtics season every Wednesday night at 8 and every Sunday night at 10:30. It's the NBA and the Boston Celtics all summer long on Sports Channel. Golden State takes on the Greens Sunday at 10:30.
Doug Wright here in the stands at Goodman Stadium amongst plenty of Lehigh fans and football fans in general. These are the Allentown ASU team, guests here of Lehigh. Their coach Jim Perkins here with me. Nice thing getting the guys out here to enjoy some college football on a beautiful day.
Well, it's a great opportunity for us. Kids are really pleased to come out here and see Lehigh. It's Division I AA football, and they can also gives them a chance to see what they can aspire to be like. And it's just a great opportunity that Lehigh, along with Dee Brown, has offered the Allentown A's. We're really glad to be here.
You're seeing a great game.
It's a fantastic game. Good football.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us.
Okay, thank you. Let's root for Lehigh. Yay!
All right, thanks very much, Doug. Thanks, guys. And Fordham on first down and a fumble off the pass completion. Mike Yadish has the recovery. That looked like a big play for Fordham, but instead it is a big recovery for Mike Yadish and the brown and white.
Well, you know, this looked like a big play for Fordham. Again, the three-step drop. Successful, and look at, he's wide open, and watch all of a sudden the brown helmets.
It was Corey Harper who made the catch.
Knocking the ball free, and you're right, Mike Yadish on the recovery, first down Lehigh.
Corey Harper fumbled. He is the backup tight end. Now Lehigh, Semtenfelder to throw on first down. Excellent downfield coverage. Intended receiver Kevin Rubin, but a good job by the Fordham secondary. It's a good secondary.
Yeah, they've got a lot of experience in this secondary. You see Scott's stats, 11 for 18. That time, no, good coverage by Fordham.
Hank Small thinks he has a chance to be just another in a long line of great Lehigh QBs. Kempa, Bruner, McGowan, Harris, Horn, Reeker. Oh, did I forget? Oh, McQuilkin.
Oh, Joe Steris.
Mark Lookinbill. Hard running off the left side. Chris Tyrone made the tackle. Gain of 6 on the play. It brings up third down 4 at the Lehigh 46-yard line. There's so many great quarterbacks here at Lehigh going back. You get Larry Mikulski, Joe Sterrett, now the athletic director here at Lehigh. Mike Reeker, who took the Engineers to the Division II title in 77. Third down and 4. Semtenfelder has got heat from the other side, and now he gets away. Scrambling, still can't find anybody. Incomplete. That was intended for Sean McCarthy, and it's fourth down. So now the defense is starting to assert.
Well, they are. He actually had time to get this ball off right here in the pocket. And it's not until he starts moving that he runs into pressure. And when he escaped here, all the Lehigh receivers were together in a bunch. And there really wasn't any place to throw the ball until McCarthy comes open late. And, of course, that led to the incompletion. Now we've got another punt. So far, the punts have been very interesting.
Been an adventure all day. This time, Melagrano gets away a beauty. Jordan fields it at the 16. And great coverage by the Lehigh special team. Fordham will begin this drive at the 19-yard line. A scoreless third period. 13-7 Lehigh leading it. Just under 4 minutes to go in the third. Nice job by Melagrano. Pretty wild hairdo for a punter. O'Lear hands off to Tony Iasello. About 3 yards off the left side. No truth to the rumor that Mr. Melagrano got his haircut at the local Pooch and Kitty shop. That dude was quite a hairstyle.
You're lucky you're up here in the booth.
I know.
These guys can't get to you. Well, they're actually going to measure. Well, there we see
You know, you guys never did that kind of thing in your day.
No, we were too scared of our coaches to do anything like that. That's back when the coaches could still hit you.
Well, while we ponder the hair situation, we'll take this time out.
Forever Baseball's here.
Hello, everybody. I'm Parker Livermore. Join me each week on Forever Baseball. From the majors to the minors to the college ranks, Forever Baseball touches all the bases. We'll talk to the big money ball players, the super scribes, and the fans in the stands. Whether it's features from Fenway, rotisserie reports, or hitting tips, we've got all your baseball news. So join me each week right here on Forever Baseball.
Just Forever Baseball Blues.
No other sport, professional or otherwise, can match the grassroots excitement, intensity, and spirit of high school football. Each week, Sports Channel updates you on all the big games throughout the region as New England High School Football Weekly returns for its 4th exciting year. Join Peter Gay every Thursday at 6 p.m. and Friday at 5:30 as he brings you the scores, the highlights, and the inside stories that make high school football New England's #1 sport.
Sports Channel, turn us on, and here's what you'll see. Thoroughbred action. Harvey Pack brings you all the thoroughbred horse racing excitement from the tracks all across New York State. Every racing day, you'll get gate-to-wire coverage of the races and the official results from the tracks. Plus, Harvey will keep track of the fastest horses, the best jockeys, and the current racing trends. Horse racing has never been more exciting than on Thoroughbred action. That's what you'll get when you turn on Sports Channel.
We're back. Fordham gets a first down on a running play. Apologies while we were away. And now Conrad O'Lear fires a bullet complete. Tom Garlick has it at the 48-yard line. Another first down for Fordham.
First down at their 48-yard line.
And you notice Larry Glick staying with the same game plan. He's still in a 13-7 ball game. 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. He's going with the run, the short possession type pass. And he's got another first down.
2:45 to go, third quarter. Fordham with the football, trailing 13-7. Helverson with the pitch. It's about 3. Pushed out by Ben Taylor.
Forced him out of bounds at the
Helverson getting quite a bit of work this afternoon.
second down. And
that time again, the toss sweep to the weak side, the short side of the field. Taylor makes the stop, but it's still a 4-yard gain. And when you can come up 2nd and 6 with a running type offense, you're on schedule.
Scott Semptenfelder, the Lehigh quarterback. And the Fordham quarterback, Conrad O'Lear, with a second down. 6 to go. Just across midfield, Helverson stacked up. Good job by Sam Lawler. Reserve defensive lineman.
And one of the things you are concerned about in your opening game is conditioning. And we're seeing both teams use a lot of substitutions. This time Lawler, who really wasn't slated for a lot of action, sheds his blocker Excellent job at the point of attack, and now Fordham's offense is out of sync because they've got a 3rd and long, a 3rd and 5. Lehigh's coming up, showing from the outside, but the safety, Adam Sapersky, comes right up the middle, registers the sack, and it's 4th down. Fordham's going to have to punt, which has been interesting. Good snap this time, Rich.
Again, Lehigh nearly gets it. Cicchini Fields, not much running room out to the 27-yard line. So Lehigh again does the defensive job on 3rd down with Fordham driving. And now they will take over with a 13-7 lead and 1:17 to go in the 3rd period. It'll be family day next week when Lehigh hosts New Hampshire next Saturday. All children 12 and under will be admitted free of charge to the game. There will be entertainment for everyone, including puppet shows, jugglers, and Clarence the Clown. I didn't know you were going to be here next Saturday.
Thanks, Rich.
1st down 10, Scott Semptenfelder. Lehigh hasn't had much offense in the 3rd quarter. Bill gets a couple. Aaron Doherty's had a good ball game, number 55, in on the tackle. About 12,000 on hand. Great to be back in football season. It's a gorgeous stadium, an outstanding facility, one of the best in the country of its size. Natural Bowl, built in '88. Semptenfelder to throw, and he completes it. It is McCarthy. 1st down for Lehigh, and that's something that has not been there all day long.
You know, Sean McCarthy is such a big target. Here you see him, number 89. 6'4", 220. When you get this kind of pass protection, look at the time he's got in the pocket. That gives McCarthy, the tight end, enough time to get uncovered, get outside, downfield for the 1st down.
At the 46, good hold up the middle for Mark Lookinbill. And Lookinbill starting to heat up. Blazeweski made the tackle.
When you can get 5-6 yards on 1st down with the kind of offense Lehigh has, it creates a lot of problems for that guy right there, Larry Glick.
Clock winding down here in the 3rd, and it appears as though Lehigh will let it go to 0-0s with 2nd down, 5 to go. The 3rd quarter has come to a close. It belonged to the respective defenses. And Lehigh with the football has a 6-point lead. We'll be back with more from Goodman Stadium.
Hi, I'm Eddie Endelman, and I hope you'll join us here on Sports Channel for our pro football show on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock. What a lineup we have for you coming up this week. Quarterback Hugh Millen, he'll tell us all about what it was like to play against the Rams. We'll have the player of the game interviewed by WEEI's Dale Arnold. We'll have Ron Hobson, Ron Borges, and of course Kevin Mannix and myself. We'll have our big weigh-in, we'll have our pro football picks, and of course we'll have a lot of fun, your faxes and your phone calls.
Cromwell at the 30. Chacho, the quick pitch to Segretti. He's at the 10, the 5. He could dive in for the touchdown. To the short side of the field. Williams ducks inside and in for a touchdown. Chacho firing wide open. Gallagher, all he has to do is catch it because he's going for a touchdown. That's unbelievable. Fires on the run.
UMass takes on Holy Cross Saturday, September 19th at 1 p.m.
Milk, eggs.
Honey, the game's on.
Oh, great.
Doug Wright back at Goodman Stadium, where it's been a pretty pain-free day for the Engineers. I'm joined by their trainer, Bernie Steno, and that's a surprising thing, I guess, considering it's opening day, and there are usually a lot of bumps and bruises.
Yeah, we usually get a couple bumps and bruises, but we came into camp in pretty good condition this year, and I think it's showing out on the field today, and luckily we haven't had any real heat problems. A great day and a little breeze going, too, so everything's going well. Hopefully we'll keep our fingers crossed and get a couple more touchdowns.
One more quarter to go. We'll have to wait and see. Hitting's getting harder out there.
All right, thanks, Doug. Semptenfelder being chased by the entire Fordham defense, and he is brought down. A huge loss. And great pursuit by Aaron Doherty, Ryan Reiner, Jacobs, and company.
Well, you can see Septenfelder wearing a flak vest. He needs it on this play. Here's the scramble to his left. It looks like he's going to escape, and then a host of Fordham defenders catch up with him. Terrible way to start the fourth quarter, Rich. 3rd and a mile for Lehigh now, and they've got to be careful to avoid the big mistake here on 3rd and long.
A flag down. It was 3rd and 21. Lehigh pushed all the way back to the 35. That was a 13-yard loss.
Here we go, King. Come on now. Let's get it together now. Let's go, baby. On who?
We got a false start on Lehigh. You know, interesting stat, Rich, in the third. There's some stats right there, the passing yards. But interesting stat for the 3rd quarter. For the first time in this game, Lehigh had the time of possession in their favor. They held the ball almost 9 minutes of that 3rd quarter to 6 minutes for Fordham. So we saw a little bit of the Lehigh ground game start to assert itself. But now, 3rd and long, they're in big trouble.
Septenfelder sacked 4 times today. The draw doesn't fool a whole lot of people. Reinert makes the stop. DiDomizio was the ball carrier. 4th down and 22. Lehigh will have to punt.
And probably not a bad call by Hank Small. He's saying, hey, fellas, look, let's regroup after that big loss, punt the ball away, turn it over to our defense for a while, get together on the sidelines, and strike again in the next possession.
Whistles everywhere. Melagrano set to punt. Well, let's see.
We've got another flag that was waved. We'll get some help here in a second.
Okay, the officials just making their post-game dinner plans. We're ready to go.
Penalty on the play. No penalty. We'll reset the 25-second clock.
All right. Fair enough.
Okay. Well, next week, Alumni Family Day here at Goodman Stadium. Lehigh hosting New Hampshire. And then the following week, the brown and white on the road at Schollkopf Stadium. Ithaca, New York against the Redmen of Cornell, a big red. We'll have that game on Channel 69 for you.
Will the Clown be there?
Clarence the Clown, one of the great balloon folding acts. Melagrano with a high punt off the side of his foot, out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
Well, almost blocked. He got some more pressure, and it affected the punt. Fordham's going to take over around the 40. You might consider this roughing the punter. Let's take a look at it. Nah.
No.
Nah. Good call. Good no call.
From the 37-yard line, Fordham will try to generate some offense. It has been missing on both sides. Big D by the brown and white, stopping Adam Lang for about 1.5 yards. Brett Almasi was there to make the tackle. Another look, Kim.
Well, it's the counter, almost like the Redskin counter tray. You pull the right guard and tackle over to the left side, but good Lehigh response. 90, Almasi, again in on another tackle.
Second down and 8 at the 38-yard line. 13-7, Lehigh leads, early 4th. Here's a pass to Garlick, complete, a beautiful throw by Conrad O'Lear, out of bounds. Mike Wetzel beaten on the play, down to the 35-yard line. Fabulous touch by Conrad O'Lear, nice catch by Tom Garlick.
Well, Lehigh came up with 11 men on the line of scrimmage, show blitz. O'Lear saw it, it's a 3-step drop, it's the fade to the outside. You've got Garlick one-on-one with Wetzel. And Fordham wins that battle, first down.
Down to the Lehigh 35. 12:25 to go in the contest. 13-7, Lehigh leading Fordham. Rams with a football. Helverson pulled down by Lance Haynes. Haynes has played a very solid game at linebacker. Let's go to Jim Brinson for an update. Jim?
All right, guys, for the Temple Owls, it's going to be an awfully long bus trip from State College back to the city, because here O'Neill will take off on a 60-yard run. It'll set up another touchdown, and right now it is all Nittany Lions as they are burying Temple in Happy Valley.
11:50 to go. Second down, 11. Fordham loses a yard. And again, good run defense by Lehigh. That'll bring up third down and long.
You know, Larry Glick staying with the offense. He's not panicking. Still 11 minutes left in this game. He knows if he scores a touchdown, he can go ahead with the extra point. So in second and long, he stayed with his ground game. But now he's got a decision. It's 3rd and 9, and I think he's going to have to challenge the Lehigh secondary.
Pretty key moment for Larry Glick's Fordham Rams. 3rd down and 9. From the 34.
Here's the blitz.
O'Lear, short drop, throws short of the first down. Pass was complete to Harper. Harper's second reception, though, he fumbled his first.
Lehigh has its nickel package in. The 2 linebackers that stayed in the game blitzed up the middle. That left it man-to-man on the outside. O'Lear found him, but not enough for the first down. They've got 4th and 4. They're going to go for it, Rich.
Crowd rises at Goodman Stadium.
Lehigh's up tight. They're going to pressure.
Helverson, no first down. Lehigh football, Kevin Jefferson, a huge play.
Well, Lehigh showing a gambling defense as well as a gambling offense. Kevin Higgins' defense got up on the line of scrimmage. Look at him, 11 guys. Kevin Jefferson is going to blitz through the middle. There you see Haynes, 44, turns it in, and Jefferson sticks his face gear on the football. First down, Lehigh.
Player down, though, on the field. And we're going to take a break. Lehigh leading Fordham 13-7 in the 4th.
Next weekend, right here in Goodman.
Get ready. Get ready for action. Get ready for fishing action. Get ready for exciting fishing action. Get ready for the most exciting fishing action you'll find anywhere. Get ready for the new season. The new season on New England Rod and Reel. New England Rod and Reel gives you not only the tops and fresh and saltwater fishing action, but the how, wheres, and whys to make all of you out there a better angler. I'm Don Sarni, and along with the top anglers throughout the Northeast, we'll be bringing you a whole new season of New England Rod and Reel Sundays at 9 a.m. You won't want to miss a minute.
Get in touch with the great outdoors with Sports Channel's Sunday morning outdoor lineup. Start off the morning with some fantastic fishing on the outdoor trail with Wayne Pearson at 10. Fishing with Castaway at 10:30. And Canadian sports fishing at 11. Then head back into the woods with Bob McGuire's Outdoor Journal at 11:30. And Outdoor Trails with Barry Stokes at noon. Turn us on every Sunday morning beginning at 10 and plan out your own outdoor adventures with the Sports Channel Outdoor lineup.
Welcome back. And Lehigh University's head football coach Hank Small gets together with Channel 69 sports director Jim Brinson every Friday night for the Lehigh Football Report. They feature replays, highlights, and insights into strategy for upcoming ball games. The Lehigh Football Report every Friday night at 8:30 right here on Channel 69. One of the officials is down on the field. While he is being tended to, we'd like to wish a speedy recovery to Mike Taranchik, longtime Lehigh supporter who is watching this game from St. Luke's Hospital. Our best wishes, Mike. Sunny afternoon, picture perfect day.
And we've got an official down on the field, Rich. I think that's Jack Foley, the Lehigh trainer, helping one of the officials who got possibly clipped.
Your hands up if you're in it.
Check that on the coaches show every Wednesday night at 8:30. Wednesday nights at 8:30. Lehigh looking for win number 500 all time, trying to become the 9th team in Division I AA history to reach that milestone. Both of these schools with a great history, and the official is okay.
He's staying in the ball game. I like to see that in an official.
They began playing football on Old Taylor Field on the south side in 1884.
I was not there for that one.
I didn't think so. First down for the brown and white. Back to the action. 10 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the game. Lehigh with the football and a 6-point lead on Fordham. Handoff, DiMizio. About 3 yards on the left side. Second down, 7 coming up.
That time led by Randy Williams, 68, the offensive tackle. DiMizio, of course, working very hard today, not getting too many opportunities to carry the ball. But he's done a great job back there blocking for Luckenbill and Septenfelter.
Second down, 7 with 9:45 to go. Handoff, and man, big stop from Kurt Geisler. Shot through the opening and just smothered Luckenbill.
Well, you know, sometimes on defense you guess, and Geisler guessed right this time. Shot the gap, got the ball carrier in the backfield. That's a big play for Fordham. It's forced Lehigh into 3rd and 12 now, Rich.
Kurt Geisler, 6'2", 240-pound senior from Bergen Catholic in Garfield, New Jersey. Third down, 10 with 9:15 to go. Septenfelder has to step up. Again, players well covered downfield. DiMizio has it, slips away. Very close to the first down. He appears to be about a half a yard short. He might be on the spot, though. Mike Wilt made the tackle, but DiMizio, a little used player, comes up with a fairly large play.
And a good example how Septenfelder keeps his composure under pressure. Out of the shotgun, nobody open. He had time, but now he's got to move. Look at, he's even directing traffic downfield. He finally finds somebody on the sidelines, DiMizio, and this is very close. You see him get upfield. Look at the stiff arm, fighting for the yardage. And he's got the first down, Rich.
Well, it was Chris Tyrone, number 26, who over-pursued on the play and just slid right by DiMizio, allowing Dave to get the extra couple of yards he needed for the first down. With 9:03 to play, Lehigh with a football at its own 41-yard line. Rich Lerner along with Kim McQuilkin, Doug Wright and Jim Brinson, and happy to be bringing this ball game to the viewers on Sports Channel New York. And the pass is dropped. Sean McCarthy was right there with plenty of daylight as well. Uncharacteristic miss by Sean McCarthy.
And I think Fordham dodged a bullet as we look at time of possession. Still very much in favor of Fordham, but Kevin Rubin, the wideout, had beat his man deep down the left sideline. You wonder if he'll come back in the huddle and mention it to Septenfelder.
Haven't seen much of Kevin Rubin today. He's facing one of the better secondaries in the Patriot League. Second down, 10 with 8:57 to go. Lehigh with a 6-point lead. Septenfelder looks, and it's intercepted right into the hands of Tyrone. Chris Tyrone was in the right spot.
Well, Tyrone comes up with the big play for his team. This was the mistake Hank Small didn't want to see his quarterback make. He's got time. He just throws into some trouble here. Tyrone playing his own, floating back. You can see he was trying to go to Cicchini deeper down the field, and Fordham's got the ball inside the Lehigh 35.
First real serious mistake made by the junior quarterback, Scott Septenfelder. So now from the 34-yard line with 8:44 to go, Conrad O'Lear will try to get it going. He's got Garlick. Garlick for about 6 to 7 yards. Driven out of bounds by Ben Taylor.
And I think that's the first time that quick out has worked to the short side of the field. That time O'Lear and Garlick, the timing down. And the Rams have a 2nd and 5, which is a great possession down for them.
Larry Glick right in the ball game, looking for his first Patriot League win ever. Second down, 5. Halverson straight ahead, maybe gets a couple, and it'll bring up yet another key third down play for the Fordham Rams. The Lehigh defense has stood the test on most third downs this afternoon.
Well, this is the area of the football field where Fordham's had difficulty. As we look at Conrad O'Leary's numbers, very impressive opening ball game for this senior who's never really played before this year. He's got a big play here, 3rd and 3, Rich. Lehigh's up.
Quick count, and Brett Almassi again with a superb defensive play.
Oh, you're absolutely right. This is a key play in the ball game. 90 Almassi gets low. Look at him penetrate behind the line of scrimmage. Now Larry Glick's got a 4th and 1, and he's going for it.
Halverson came up short, 4th down and 1 from the Lehigh 24. 7:16 to go in the game. Fordham going for it, trailing by 6. Handoff, Adam Lang has the first down for the Rams. They push behind the left side of the big offensive line, and they are successful.
Well, of course, you've got Burke, who's 6'5", 270 on that left side at tackle. Byer, the guard, is 280. And you're right, Rich, they had to surge that time. First down on the 22.
First and 10 for the 22-yard line.
6:55 to go. First down and 10 at the Lehigh 22. Fordham trying to gain the lead. And tripped up by Mark Witter is Conrad O'Leary. A great play by Mark Witter.
Well, a key play. There you see Almassi, 90. He forced him inside, and Witter came through the middle. Look at just a shoestring tackle here. O'Leary, look at this, just trying to buy himself some time. Can't quite get away.
Terrific
and now they're
play.
off schedule, Rich. It's 2nd and 14. Back outside the 25. Lehigh's up, showing blitz.
Halverson straight ahead. Good room. Nearly breaks it. Finally lassoed by Mike Yadish.
You know, Halverson is such a straight-ahead north and south runner. I love the way he keeps his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. And sometimes when you blitz, you don't just get burned by the pass, you get burned by the run. Everybody up on the line of scrimmage for Lehigh. Halverson burst through, and just with people like Yadish holding on down there 15 yards downfield, saved a touchdown. But now it's 3rd and 2, Rich.
Handoff, Adam Lang. Burrows his way forward. Should have the first down. Very, very close.
You know, and I think he got it on the second effort. It looked like initially he was stopped at the line of scrimmage. They give the signal, first down.
We've got quite a football game here. 5 minutes, 30 seconds to play. Fordham marching toward the goal line, trailing 13-7. They have a first down using a ball control attack. Halverson's the lone back. Conrad O'Leary, the quarterback, has played very well. O'Leary looking for Garlick, overthrown. Ben Taylor had coverage, 2nd down.
Excellent coverage by Ben Taylor that time, out on the left side. It was the 3-step drop, the fade. Taylor had excellent position and also didn't make the penalty, which was key.
2nd down, 10, ball at the Lehigh 11. Time very much a factor at this point. 5:14 to go. And that missed extra point looming large for Lehigh.
Here they come.
Tony Iasello, maybe a yard and a half. 3rd down and 9 coming up.
Now 3rd and 9 on your inside the ball, slightly inside the 10-yard line. Lehigh's going to come in with its nickel package, bringing in the extra defensive backs, anticipating the pass. Fordham can't make up their mind. They're going to take a timeout with 4 minutes, 47 seconds left in this ball game, Rich. They want to think over this 3rd down call.
Well, don't go away. We've got a thriller at Goodman Stadium.
Grab a bike and join Sports Channel, WEEI, and the American Lung Association for the 8th Annual Autumn Escape Bike Trek on Cape Cod, September 18th through the 20th, 1992. You'll ride from Plymouth to Provincetown while enjoying new friends, support, and great food. And you'll be helping the American Lung Association fight lung disease, the third leading cause of death in America. For more information, call the American Lung Association of Massachusetts, the Christmas Seal people, at 1-800-522-2911. Sports Channel. Turn us on, and here's what you'll see. Thoroughbred action. Harvey Pack brings you all the thoroughbred horse racing excitement from the tracks all across New York State. Every racing day, you'll get gate-to-wire coverage of the races and the official results from the tracks. Plus, Harvey will keep track of the fastest horses, the best jockeys, and the current racing trends. Horse racing has never been more exciting than on Thoroughbred action. That's what you'll get when you turn on Sports Channel. Sports Channel. Turn us on, and here's what you'll see. The Sports Channel Pro Boxing Tour. From Atlantic City to Las Vegas and everywhere in between, we'll bring you the matches that pit the toughest professional boxers against each other. Be it lightweight, middleweight, or heavyweight, challenger, contender, or champion, these fighters know how to take a punch and how to send their opponent to the canvas. It's all on the Pro Boxing Tour. That's what you'll get when you turn on Sports Channel.
Well, with Fordham knocking on the door with 4:47 to go, trailing by 6, will this be the difference? Dave Beagleman, the Lehigh place kicker, missed an extra point wide right early in the contest. And right now, Lehigh leads by just 6. Critical point in the football game. It has been a tough one. Hard-fought battle. Defensive struggle.
This is a difficult call. 3rd and 9 from the 10. You don't have a lot of room to work with.
Conrad O'Lear rushed hard and a touchdown. What a play. Tom Garlick. And give credit to Conrad O'Lear. He took a serious shot, got rid of the ball, and delivered it on the numbers. Tom Garlick showing why he may be an All-American.
I don't know how he got this ball off, because the Lehigh defender is right in his face, and then he throws the ball to the most crowded part of the football field, in the end zone, down the middle, but Garlick's there. The ball was right on the money. Fordham touchdown. What a play.
13-13. Bob Hagan still with some work to do. Potamoussis the hold, and he has got it. Fordham takes the lead, 14-13.
There's a flag down after the kick. Let's see if they rough the kicker, but here's the touchdown, Rich. O'Lear back in the pocket, and that's Jefferson right in his face. Look at the ball. Look at the maze of people back there, but he finds Garlick in the back of the end zone. This is Jefferson coming right into his face. Look at that. Excellent concentration.
Well, this catch will not hurt Tom Garlick's NFL chances by any means. Great composure, keeping the feet in bounds.
Great pass, great catch.
That is just a terrific play.
Now, there was a flag.
On sportsmanlike conduct foul, taunting. After the kick was gone, it's a dead ball foul. It's against Fordham, 15 yards on the kickoff.
Taunting
against Fordham.
A taunting call. Interesting. Evidently rubbing it in after the extra point try, and that's got to be certainly a controversial call, but nevertheless, it's a penalty.
And a big one, Kim.
Oh,
gives Lehigh field position still with plenty of time.
Absolutely. This is a key penalty. This is a 15-yarder. They're going to be forced to kick off from their own 20-yard line. There you see the scoring drive.
And look at that, 33 yards, but they used 10 plays to get it. Yeah. They have run the ball 53 times today.
Exactly.
That is ball control. 14-13, Fordham has taken the lead on a 10-yard scoring strike. Conrad O'Lear to Tom Garlick.
And right there, you can see it all over Larry Glick. He does not like this call.
Larry Glick is very hot right now. 7-yard line. 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go, and they trail by 1.
You know, pretty good execution, though, by the Fordham special team. You would have thought Lehigh would have ended up with better field position. They kind of squib kicked it, got the high bounce, killed a lot of time. Lehigh didn't get much of a return. But keep in mind now, Lehigh doesn't need a touchdown. They just need a field goal to take the lead in this football game.
Lehigh has been shut out here in the second half. Normally explosive offensive team. They have found the yards tough to come by. Good Fordham defense, too. Semptenfelder just back to the line of scrimmage. He has been hurried and harried all day long. Aaron Doherty has played a sensational football game. Second down and 10. The 37. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to play. Clock running. Lehigh trailing by 1. Again, he's forced to step up. Gets rid of it. Barely complete to Mark Luckenbill. I think Fordham's done a nice job today taking Luckenbill pretty much out of his game.
Well, they've done an excellent job, but watch Semptenfelder on this play. You know, he really doesn't have to step up as much as he does here. The pocket was still in place, and he actually moves into a little bit of the trouble on that play, but he has enough presence of mind to complete the ball and at least move the chains.
Third down 4 for the brown and white. 3:34 to go. Semptenfelder needs one here, and he's got it. Jason Cristino, the sure-handed one. First down right at midfield.
Clutch pass, clutch catch. 88 Cristino, the big target. He lines up in the slot a lot. Semptenfelder with a man right in his face. Good job that time, good concentration. Cristino looks that ball right in, and it's first down around the 50.
Great game for Jason Cristino. Low snap, and they give it a Luckenbill on a little shovel play. Good yardage for Lookie. Down to the 45-yard line. Blazeweski brought him down. 3:04 to play. Lehigh inching closer into field goal range. Who will kick the field goal?
And you know, looks like a dangerous play, but it's actually a forward pass. If the ball's dropped, it's just an incomplete pass on that shovel play.
2:45 to go. Second down 4. Semptenfelder complete to Luckenbill, out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Lehigh putting together a drive.
There you see the versatility of Luckenbill. He can run the ball effectively out of the backfield in the I formation, but you can also send him outside, and he's an effective wide receiver as well.
And there you see it. Luckenbill moving up the charts here at Lehigh. 2:40 to play. First down and 10 for the brown and white at the Fordham 34. They trail by 1. Luckenbill has it. Stumbles forward, seemed to lose his footing. Just got back to the line of scrimmage.
Keep in mind, Lehigh has 2 field goal kickers. One they use outside the 40, one they use inside the 40. There you see them warming up on the sidelines. Bigelman there, number 13 with the kick. Also Dyson is a kicker, number 11.
Randy Williams down for Lehigh. We'll be back on the air in a couple of weeks. From beautiful Ithaca, New York, Lehigh will take on Cornell, alma mater of famed actor and former superstar running back Ed Marinaro. That's September 26th. Channel 69 Sports will bring you all the action live beginning at 12:30. That's Saturday, September 26th, Lehigh at Cornell, right here on Channel 69. Worried look on the face of the Fordham Ram. Fordham leads at 14-13. You can just feel how desperately both clubs want this game.
Randy Williams being helped off the field by Jack Foley, the Lehigh trainer.
Nice hand for Williams. Fordham returns home for 3 consecutive games. Next Saturday in the Bronx, it'll be Colgate, followed by Columbia, and then Penn. 2nd down and 10 with 2:25 to play in the game. Lehigh with the football, trailing by a point, 14-13. Semtenfelder gives to Lookenbill. Stretches for maybe 3 yards. Geisler made the tackle. Ball down to the 33. Lehigh still needs about 10 to 15 yards.
Yeah, you've got to believe they're still in 4-down territory, meaning if they don't pick it up here on 3rd, they're going to have to go for it on 4th. You see Lookenbill here getting a few yards, but they're still in 4-down territory, not close enough for a field goal.
3rd down 5. 1:48 to play. Lookenbill in motion. Semtenfelder rolls. Throws, and he nearly threw another interception. Brad Jordan was all over it and couldn't hang on. 4th down and 5 with 1:42 to play.
Well, the youngster got away with one here. You're going to see him roll to his right. And he's just a little late with the football. It gives Jordan a chance to recover on defense. And really, Jordan would like to have this ball back. Look at this, right in the chest. Lehigh dodges a bullet, but it's 4th down now, Rich. They've got to get the 1st down.
4th down, make it 9 yards to go. Game hanging in the balance. Semtenfelder being pressured. Gets away. Throws it, and incomplete. Fordham will take over. DeVito broke it up, but it was the great pressure from the Fordham front that forced Semtenfelder to throw it in a rush.
Well, what a play. And, you know, you get the feeling all day that Semtenfelder has time, then he's buying himself time when he needs time, but that Fordham secondary seems to have great coverage downfield for extended periods of time. Here you'd think after all this scrambling, there'd be somebody open, and yet when he throws the ball downfield, look at the coverage. They're still very tight in the secondary.
Pretty good try by Semtenfelder. Now Fordham will run out the clock, or attempt to. And Lehigh will try to strip the ball. Helberson on the carry, picked up a couple. Lehigh still with timeouts to burn.
And of course they take one immediately.
They have 2 remaining and 1:26 to go.
Timeout Engineers.
Well, they have 2 timeouts left, so they can kill the clock twice and force Fordham into a 4th down. So Fordham would really like to punch out 1 1st down right here. But you get the feeling it's all going to be on the ground. I don't think they're going to take any chances at this particular time. Meanwhile, things are getting pretty hot here in the booth, Rich.
Well, we're trying to figure out exactly whether things are burning down around us. There is the smell of fire here, and it's not Mark Blazeweski either.
All right, here we go.
Oh, he's burned it up for the Fordham defense. 1:28 to go. 2nd down and 8. Fordham just trying to protect the football and run out the clock. Helverson, maybe a couple.
The quick timeout.
1:21 to go. Lance Haynes made the tackle, and quite a number of fans are heading for the exits, but it is not over. We still have 1:21 to go, and we'll find out what happens when we come back.
Get ready. Get ready for action. Get ready for fishing action. Get ready for exciting fishing action. Get ready for the most exciting fishing action you'll find anywhere. Get ready for the new season on New England Rod and Reel. New England Rod and Reel gives you not only the tops and fresh and saltwater fishing action, but the how, wheres, and whys to make all of you out there a better angler. I'm Don Sarni, and along with the top anglers throughout the Northeast, we'll be bringing you a whole new season of New England Rod and Reel Sundays at 9 a.m. You won't want to miss a minute.
No other sport, professional or otherwise, can match the grassroots excitement, intensity, and spirit of high school football. Each week, Sports Channel updates you on all the big games throughout the region as New England High School Football Weekly returns for its 4th exciting year. Join Peter Gay every Thursday at 6 p.m. and Friday at 5:30 as he brings you the scores, the highlights, and the inside stories that make high school football New England's #1 sport.
Fordham with a 1-point lead with 1:21 to go. They have the football.
Well, this is an interesting call Larry Glick is facing. He's got a 3rd and 6. He doesn't want to give up the football. Lehigh's still got that high-powered offense. Now, it'll be interesting to see if he just bowls it ahead, runs out the clock, and kicks the football, or whether he goes for it here.
Give it straight away. Lehigh holds. Another timeout. Lehigh uses its final timeout, and I'm not quite sure why the fans here headed for the exit so quickly.
Well, there's 1:16 left in this game. Considering an average punt, Lehigh's going to get the ball back with about a minute left around their own 25, maybe 30-yard line. So this game is not over. And as we mentioned, Lehigh with the high-powered passing offense. This will be Scott Septenfelder's first 2-minute drill of his career, and it'll be interesting to see how they approach it. His disadvantages will be no timeouts.
Well, the Lehigh defense is to be given credit. They played very well today. They were on the field for a long time. Dave Cicchini is back.
And I would think in this situation, Hank Small is going to go for the block. Fordham's had a tough time getting the ball back to its punter. They've blocked a couple of kicks already today, and they've got 10 men on the line of scrimmage.
Montenegro to punt for Fordham. 1:16 to go. Fordham trying to hold on to a 1-point lead. Trying to draw Lehigh off sides with a long count. And another low snap. This is trouble. He doesn't get it away. Do you believe this? Sapersky recovers. The kicking game, Kim.
Unbelievable.
We talked about it from the get-go.
Unbelievable. Larry Glick's words at halftime going in. We've got to get our kicking game in gear. And what a big turnaround. You mentioned the fans were leaving. Lehigh now has a 1st and 10 on the Fordham 24. Here you see it, not even close. He's got to play shortstop back there, not just be a punter. Nowhere near getting this ball off, of course, and Lehigh's all over it.
Ball at the 25-yard line. Looking, Bill. And now Lehigh needs to hold on to the football. No timeouts left for the brown and white. Well, we're under a minute.
They've got plenty of time, but of course on a running play, they can't stop the clock unless they get a 1st down.
50 seconds to go. 2nd down, 7. Septenfelder can't take a sack. DiDomizio inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line.
40 seconds left.
Will it be Beagleman or the freshman Byron Dyson?
They've got to throw the ball. They've got to stop the clock. Now, the problem with taking that on 3rd down is you've got a 4th down, and you've either got to make the decision to kick right here or go for the 1st down. It's awfully difficult to stop the clock on 3rd down in that situation. They've had a lot of substitutions. Everybody but the kicker came in the game. Only 10 seconds left on the 25-second clock.
Quite a bit of confusion. This will be a 35-yard attempt for Dave Beagleman. It's down. It's away. It's good. smokes! Wow.
Are you going to see it again? You know, you almost got the feeling Lehigh wasn't ready to kick this ball. Bigelman, the kicker, was actually late getting out on the field. But when it came down to it and the ball was put in front of him, he kicked it right through the uprights. There was never a question. 35-yarder, it made it with plenty to spare right through the middle of the goal post.
Biggest kick of his life.
We've got a new hero for Lehigh today.
The 5'10", 170-pound junior from Rockville Center, New York, out of Southside High School. You really have to feel for Fordham.
Well, you know, I noticed that Lehigh was fortunate enough not to be called for taunting.
Well, very simply, the kicking game was the difference today. 23 seconds to go. Lehigh leads it 16-14. Dave Bigelman puts a hole right through the heart of Fordham. Now Byron Dyson to kick it away.
I think what you want to do on this kick is just as far as you can get it downfield. You don't want to get fancy. He touched it. He does not have to bring it out. The ball went in the end zone under its own impetus, so he can elect it down, at which he did, which I think was a smart play at that point in time. That's what Hank's asking. But as long as the ball went in the end zone under its own power and not kicked or deflected in, he can down it. Only 15 seconds left in Larry Glick's opener.
This could be one long bus ride down 78 back to the Bronx.
Lehigh way back in a prevent zone defense.
O'Lear incomplete. Hadamusis never saw it coming. Second down with 12 seconds to go. Fordham needing to cover probably 60 yards. Even have a chance to win it with a field goal. O'Lear throws complete to Garlick, and he's tripped up. Nice play by Mike Wetzel.
Of a football player. Back upstairs to Matt.
You're absolutely right on that call, Gary, and we have not been disappointed. You know, there are times, Kurt, as we look at Blażewski, when we focus on players at the beginning of the game and say, keep an eye on these two guys because they are going to be dominant players, and for whatever reason, it doesn't work out. But I think this time we've been pretty accurate in our portrayal of who to keep an eye on.
Oh, absolutely. The two linebackers, respectively, from Columbia and from Fordham, they're making most of the tackles out there. I just want to say that I'm really impressed with Columbia's offense and the different looks that they've given Fordham's defense. They've got to be totally confusing, that defense. They've come with 4 wide receivers, 3 wide receivers, 2 wide receivers with 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers with 1 tight end. They're throwing everything in the book at them, and they're being very successful. They're throwing on first down. They're running reverses. They've really opened up their offense, and it's got to be giving fits to the Fordham defense.
So the challenge is there to that Fordham defense and defensive coordinator Joe Gambardella. What do you begin to shut down to force Columbia to make adjustments? Since they throw so much at you, how do you begin changing Columbia's approach?
You have to shut them down on first and second down. You have to get them into long third down situations. If they're going to be successful on first and second down with you, they're going to have an easy day of it. If you've got third down and 2 or 3, you're going to make a high percentage of those. They've got to put them in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 situations. In other words, they've got to stop them cold on first down. Once they do that, then maybe they can get back into this game. But if they don't stop the Columbia offense in the second half, they're not going to win the football game.
Next week, Fordham keeps it in the Ivy League as they will play the University of Pennsylvania, as we look at Conrad O'Lear, the senior quarterback, loosening up on the sideline. In fact, for the next 2 weeks, Fordham will play Ivy League opponents. Pennsylvania here at Jack Coffey Field next weekend, and then on the road up to New Haven, Connecticut to play Yale University. So they'd like to get started with a win against the Ivies here this afternoon. Sean Harris and Tom Garlick back to receive B. Teal's second half opening kickoff. Columbia looking to maintain the momentum they generated in the first half. Harris, the speedster, breaks through a hole and is wrapped up at the 40-yard line, and he has looked very good indeed on kickoff return.
I really like the way this kid runs. He's got a lot of speed, and he manages to see the open hole and gets everything out of it. And he's excited. Look at him. He's raising his hands up in the air. This kid wants to win.
O'Lear, 7 for 13 in the first half for 78 yards, was sacked once. He's got great leadership qualities. He'll need them to spark this Fordham comeback. Ball is loose, a fumble on the play. Sean Nichols causes the fumble, and it is recovered by the Lions. Adam Yellowshan comes up with the fumble recovery, and if Columbia was looking to maintain the momentum, that's the way to do it on the first play.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I like the play selection, though. I like Fordham coming out and passing on the first down. It's unfortunate what happens here. They get a sack and the ball gets loose. But Fordham's got to open the offense up, and I'm glad to see that they came out throwing.
Yellowshan, a junior, coming up with the fumble recovery, and Nichols has made his presence felt this afternoon. He's played a heck of a game from the left end spot. On the pitch, the ball is loose again. It is still on the turf. And who's got it? The Rams. Consecutive fumbles, and Fordham comes up with the ball. Chris Tyrone with the fumble recovery, the senior out of Fair Lawn, New Jersey.
We got an option play here, and the pitch seems to get there okay. No, it doesn't get there okay. There's a mishap right on the catch of it. Lets it go, almost gets it back, but Fordham hustles and comes up with the ball. That's a big break for Fordham here.
Tyrone with the fumble recovery. Ryan Reiner crashing down on an attempted pitch from Andrzejewski. Iacella with no gain on the play.
Worthman was all over that play. He just stuffed it up right in the middle.
There's Tyrone, the 5'11", 195-pound senior. 3-year starter at that strong safety spot. And if you're Fordham, you're looking to your seniors to provide some leadership as you try to come back from this 9-point deficit. We are early in the third quarter, just underway, less than a minute gone by. John Potamoussis and Tom Garlick split wide to the left. And the 25-second clock expires for the second time in this game. Second time that Fordham's been penalized for their inability to get the play off in the 25-second allotment.
That's an important penalty. 2nd and 8, and now it's 2nd and 13. It's a big difference.
They're going to mark it back inside the 30-yard line, 2nd and 13. I formation. O'Lear out in the flat for Garlick. Garlick spins away from the defender, brings it up near the 40-yard line. Covered on the play by Calveric. Garlick doing a good job after he catches the ball of spinning away. He's the all-time Fordham leading receiver, and when he gets open, he can do something with it.
This was some kind of a zone that Columbia was in because they were way off of Garlick. He makes a nice catch and a nice run. Puts him in 3rd and 4. This is nice.
4th catch of the afternoon for Garlick. He's got 17 on the season. Potamoussis in motion on 3rd down. O'Lear has a man wide open, and Potamoussis instead goes underneath to Garlick. Potamoussis found himself wide open at about midfield, but Garlick instead winds up grabbing the pass.
Garlick is wide open too here. He just runs a little stop pattern here to the outside. They're in a zone coverage, Columbia. Nobody's on him man-to-man. They're giving him that. He takes it, turns upfield, and hangs on to the ball. This is the type of football Fordham's going to have to play in this half to win this game.
1st and 10. Ball near midfield. O'Lear incomplete through the hands of John Strauss, the junior tight end.
Coming with the pass again on 1st down. They're going to have that Columbia defense guessing in a few downs here.
Columbia with an injured player on the turf. And it's Mark Calveric, the rover back, the junior out of Orchard Park, New York. Injuries, one thing that will hurt Columbia's chances for any kind of success this year. Ray Tellier says we've got the best 22 players we've had since I've come here. But he said we don't have a lot beyond that. We can't afford to have players drop on us. And if you look at the injury list as Calvera comes off, you spoke about it earlier, 3 offensive linemen, 2 seniors and a junior out already. Last week, they lost wide receiver Dennis Lafferty to a shoulder sprain. They have been hurt by injuries, and it is not something that they can withstand. Let's see whether or not Calvera comes back to play later on. He didn't seem to be too badly injured. 2nd down. Going for it all, going for the home run ball, and it is incomplete. Garlick ran into free safety Joe Hill and couldn't free himself. O'Lear also hit on the play.
Big pressure on your quarterback O'Lear here. He rolls out to the left side here a little bit, and from his blind side where he can't see somebody, bang. Hit him right when he let the ball go.
That was Sean Nichols, and watch what happens on the other end. Garlick running right into Joe Hill.
3rd and 10. That's a clean play. It's a good defensive play. He got in his way. He didn't mean to. It just happened.
Ray Tellier looking on from the sideline. Single setback is Iasello. Potamoussis in motion on 3rd and 10. Wide open is the tight end underneath Strauss. Strauss picks up the 1st down as he's down near the 35-yard line. Run out of bounds by Tim Hawks. 15-yard pickup on the play.
I really like this play. They roll out to the left and go against the grain to the left tight end, cutting back, wide open. This is a good play.
That's a play that worked very effectively for Columbia in the 1st half.
Exactly.
And now Fordham using that play here early in the 2nd half. Calveric is back in the game for Columbia, so it was just a momentary absence for the junior rover back. On the handoff, Helverson stopped for no gain.
Columbia's defense is really getting tough in here. Just standing people up, going no place.
This is one area, Kurt, where Columbia opponents will notice a difference this year. It is a bigger, more physical team than Columbia has had in the past. Perhaps not quite as physical as Fordham is, but it is a much more physical team than Columbia has had in many, many years. Pass out for Garlick. It's incomplete.
Looked like O'Lear slipped a little bit on that play.
The turf is held up remarkably well. And we've got to give credit to Marty Zwirin, the assistant athletic director for athletic facilities here at Fordham. He was telling us several hours before game time just exactly what he and his crew had done in order to make this field playable. There was a tarp put on from the 20 to the 20. They have a machine that removes water from the turf, and you really don't see any of the standing water anymore where you saw in some places at the beginning of the game. So they've done a good job, and we've been fortunate that the rain has stopped. Here's a pitch. Helverson's going to throw, launching one for Potamoussis. And I thought he had it. He had it for a moment, and as he came to the ground, the ball popped free. Helverson with the option pass, excuse me.
This is some pass by Helverson. This guy throws a perfect spiral right on the money. He just throws it a couple inches too far. And Potamoussis can't hang on. He's got it for a second, but as he hits the ground, it jars the ball loose.
And Hill had an arm in there to try to knock the ball free. Almost a magnificent touchdown catch by Potamoussis. Montenegro with the punt, and a 26-yard punt handled by Hill inside the 10-yard line.
That's an excellent punt by your punter. You want to get that ball inside the 10-yard line. If he kicks it into the end zone, it goes back to the 20. Now they got to start from the 9-yard line. They've got to go 89 yards. Makes it tough.
Just at the last moment, Hill with an arm on Patamousas' shoulder, and that was just enough to prevent the hookup for the score.
So close.
Hill, a junior defensive back out of Woodbridge, New Jersey. In high school, he was a teammate of Columbia's outstanding basketball player, Buck Jenkins. Long way to go, though, for Columbia at this point. They're pinned deep in their own territory. Kevin Robinson gets the call, goes right side, the ball is free. Flags thrown on the play. Columbia says, we've got it back. Fordham says, no, we fumbled it, rather recovered the fumble.
Everybody's pointing.
We got to check out the flag. The ball goes over to Fordham, but let's check out the flag.
Oh, he lost it. Didn't even get hit. His own man jarred it loose on him. The guy blocking for him.
The flag was thrown because of holding against Columbia. That is turned down. And Fordham has the ball at the 12-yard line.
Big break for the Rams here. They've got to capitalize on this and get some points.
And the pressure is on the defense. Fordham threw 13 passes in the first half. O'Lear has thrown 7 already here in the third quarter as they look to come from behind. His 8th pass is incomplete, but a flag on the play. Intended for Corey Harper, but a flag thrown on the play. And I believe we're going to see pass interference as the call. That is the call, and we'll look at it.
I believe this is Corey Harper, number 89, who gets pretty much tackled while he's trying to catch the ball. Just a little late by the defender. I mean, a little early by the defender.
So it is first down. Ball at the 7, goal to goal from that point. Fordham down 12-3. Last year they came from behind to defeat Columbia by a score of 20-16. Looking to come from behind once again. Helverson goes left side, bounces off a couple of tacklers, and he is in. Helverson did not quit. Ran left side, ran into a bunch of defenders. But when no one brought him down, he found some room to skip into the end zone.
This is all individual effort by Helverson. He stopped at the line of scrimmage with no place to go. He sees there's a little bit of an opening to the outside and uses his speed to get into the end zone. Here we see it right here. Stopped. Watch him turn it on here to get in there.
O'Lear knew early.
Nice play.
Helverson, the leading rusher for Fordham, scores his first touchdown of the year. Hagan on for the extra point. Patamousas to hold. And it is no good. It sails wide to the left as Hagan did not get all of it. And so Columbia has a 3-point lead.
Let's take another look at this touchdown and Halverson's individual effort here. He is just dead stopped by Columbia. And they overreact to it, and he turns it onto the outside to get into the end zone. There's a player. This kid's a player. He wants to win. Stopped me the first time, but if you don't grab me, I'm going to score on you.
Everyone to the ball. Hard to fault that, but if nobody grabs the guy with the ball, he's wide open for a score. But that missed extra point.
Think these guys are excited there?
Well, they should be. They draw within 3, but the missed extra point could prove to be a very important missed point, as it's now a 3-point game, 12-9. Fordham trailing by 3. Ken Hayes and Robinson back deep to receive the kick from Hagan. Robinson returned 196 yards last week to the 1. They have a reverse as Hayes hands it off to Munt. Columbia pulling everything out of the playbook, and a strong job done by Fordham's Dave Schlendorf, as he stays home, is not fooled by the reverse and stops it from being an even bigger play.
Schlendorf, he makes it a much easier for the Fordham to swallow this return. They only get it out to the 35. This could have been a lot worse. This could have been out to, who knows? They could have scored on that.
They do have the ball at the 35-yard line. Klosek, the single setback behind Andrzejewski, who throws incomplete, and he had his arm hit by John Clarkson. Clarkson coming in on the blitz, pressuring Andrzejewski.
Clarkson makes a nice play here. Good play. Get that pressure on the quarterback. He'll throw it all over the place.
Rather than hit the junior signal caller, he just caused him to pull up short on the release, actually. At any rate, an incompleted forward pass. It's 2nd and 10. To the air once again for Hayes, and it's complete out across the 40-yard line.
Hayes makes a good catch here. He falls to his knees. The ball is thrown a little bit low, goes down with it, and comes up with the catch.
Mike Wilt on the coverage.
This is nice. Fordham's pressuring the quarterback. Throws a wobbly low pass, and Hayes comes up with it. Big play, 3rd and 5 now.
5-yard pickup, 3rd down play. Blażewski showing blitz, now steps back. Andrzejewski back to throw. Finds his man out near the first down as he completes the pass to Mike Sardo. And it will be good for a first down. Big 3rd down play for the Lions as the drive continues. His 3rd catch for Sardo, and 24 yards on the afternoon. Larry Glick looking on. His team has gotten back in the game, taking advantage of the fumble by Kevin Robinson and scoring on the Helverson run, but they do trail by 3. However, we are early in the second half. Robinson back in the game for Columbia, and he gets the call and picks up about 1.5 yards. Blażewski wrapping him up. Let's send it down now to Gary Sussman.
Thank you very much, Matt. Talked to Bob Hagan, Fordham field goal and place kicker, about that missed extra point. If you can notice, you'll see that it's starting to get a little more eaten up at that side of the field as we go left to right. And he said that his foot just slipped when he tried to plant, and that's why he hooked the extra point. And right now, that could be a very big miss point. Back up to you, Matt.
Indeed, it could be, Gary, as it's 12-9 rather than 12-10. It remains to be seen whether or not there will be a major problem because of the misses. The ball comes free, and Fordham recovers its 2nd fumble of the second half. Blażewski blowing in from the blind side.
I believe that Doherty. I think it was Doherty, number 55 from the blind side.
Aaron Doherty, the defensive end. You're right, the junior out of Northampton, New Hampshire.
This is a big play for the Rams. Columbia was moving the ball. They come up with the big play, the turnover. Got to get some points here.
5 fumbles on the afternoon for Columbia. 1 interception, 6 total turnovers. O'Lear looking for the home run ball for Garlick. It's overthrown. A flag thrown on the play. In the area of holding, and that is the preliminary call.
I like that Fordham is throwing on first down more now. Let's get a look at Garlick here. This is worth a try on first down. You got to keep that defense guessing. Look at, he takes the fake. Garlick beats him with ease. Just a little bit overthrown, but that's worth taking a chance. Plus, the defensive lineman and the defensive back, next time they come up on first down, they're going to go back and they're going to say, wait a minute, I don't know what they're going to do on first down. They may throw long again. Just keep them off guard a little bit.
Ball marked to the Fordham 49-yard line. Garlick will break from the huddle and head to the far sideline. First down and 23. Going to the air for Garlick. He's got some blockers. Cuts it inside. Gets inside the 45-yard line. Rick Brenders making the stop.
This is a good pickup. They got first and 20. They got to take a piece at a time. They got 7 this time. They're figuring they got to get 7 next time and eventually get that first down. That was a good play.
Garlick can go long. You have to respect him on the short pattern. He's a fine receiver. He's now off to the right-hand side, and the ball just overthrown to Adam Lang coming out of the backfield. So it'll be 3rd and long. Clock stops. 8:46 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Fordham's got to be careful not to make a mistake here. 3rd and 16 is a tough pickup. You don't want to throw an interception here and have the game turned around. Obviously, you want to get that first down, but...
And the way Montenegro has been punting, they wouldn't mind putting it into his foot and pinning Columbia if they can't pick up the first down. What a catch! Padamusis with the one-handed grab for a first down.
This kid makes some catch here. They throw right into the middle of coverage here. Does a little post pattern, curls it up a little bit, leaps up, grabs it in. That's a great catch.
6 foot, 200-pounder out of Lynbrook, New York. Big first down for the Rams. On the ground, Lang getting to the 20-yard line. Short pickup on the play. Padamusis has great hands, and he is moving up on the career reception ladder. Right now he's 3rd. He came into the game needing 6 to tie Ed Brown for 2nd on the all-time receiving list.
Well, I know he's at least got a great hand. You said hands, but that was some catch he made.
Great left hand at any rate for John Padamusis. Single setback is Lang. O'Lear once again to the air. Good coverage by the Lions. Garlick, the intended receiver, and he was popped by Danny Kale, the junior cornerback. That time, good coverage by Columbia, and O'Lear tried to force it in there.
Real tight coverage in the secondary there.
O'Lear in the first half, 7 for 13 for 78 yards. Here in the second half, 5 for 10 for 61 yards. 12 for 23 overall on the day for 139 yards for the senior out of Fair Lawn, New Jersey. 3rd down and 8. O'Lear under pressure, now spinning away. Nichols has him at the 30, and he flips it in the air, and it's picked off. Columbia's going to score as Des Worthman picks the ball up. There is a flag on the play back at the 40 near where O'Lear was sacked. If it's a touchdown, it's a 76-yard interception return by Des Worthman, but let's check out the flag. O'Lear coming off the field with his head down. He gets away from one player, then Nichols has him wrapped up.
He was doing a great job, O'Lear, getting away from people. There was not much to this play. There was a breakdown in his blocking. He was supposed to go right with it. Turns around, fakes a guy out, gets around him. But once you're in the grass with one of those big linemen, it's better just to take your lumps.
And Des Worthman, rambling and rumbling, 76 yards for a score. The senior scoring his 3rd touchdown of the year, and that could be a backbreaker as Fordham had momentum, but now they trail by 9.
This is Worthman's first touchdown on defense, though. Those taste a little sweeter than the defensive players. He scored his other 2 as a running back. When you intercept the pass as a defender, they like that.
B. Teal on for the extra point. The penalty was a personal foul called against Fordham, so the touchdown stands, and now we have some movement. So Columbia leads by a score of 18-9. Their lead was threatened, and boy, the air just let out of the sails.
It's really tough to fault O'Lear, though. I mean, this kid is giving you everything he's got. He's faking people out. He's trying to get away from a defender who's got him around the waist. This is just an example of a kid who's trying too hard. It's a learning process.
Worthman on the sideline. Senior out of Wilmette, Illinois. Penalty was called against Columbia for illegal procedure, so Teal's got to set back and put it through, and he does not. He sends it off to the left, and so Teal not able to come up with the extra point, so the score stays at 18-9 with 7:28 to go in the third quarter. Ray Tellier had a number of goals for his team this year. One of them was to win 5 games. And that doesn't sound like an awful lot, and he admits that his team may not think that that's an awful lot. But when you consider that Columbia has had just 5 wins in the last 4 years, and in the previous 4 years did not have a win at all, so really 5 wins in 8 years, that would be a major step forward for this program. He said this week that this game was very critical to his team's opportunity to win those 5 games. And right now they've got a 9-point lead, but a long way to go.
Let's look at O'Leary again here. He's giving it his effort here. He's trying to get to the outside. He gets grabbed and just makes the mistake of throwing the ball up, and Worthman's there. Worthman's everywhere.
And he scores Columbia's first touchdown on an interception return in 16 years. Rich Witherspoon returned one 43 yards in 1976 against Cornell. The longest returned interception was by James Witherspoon in 1981, 96 yards. Worthman's 76 yards. Garlick and Harris to receive the kick. That personal foul that I called was post-interception, so it was marked off on the kickoff. That's why Teal is back so deep on the kickoff. Garlick with the return. Looks to get to the outside. Crosses midfield. Gets a block. Down the sideline and finally steps out of bounds. So Fordham at least will have good field position.
Garlick just ran out of room there. He had some blockers in front of him and just couldn't really turn the corner. Just ran out of field. He'd have picked up 10 or 15 more yards on that play.
Well, now we'll see whether the senior leaders can reach down and give Fordham a lift. They were moving the ball, and then the interception return changes things around, but lots of time remaining. 7:20 to go in the third quarter. It's a 9-point Columbia lead. O'Leary will go to the air one more time. Flips one, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Joe Hill, the junior free safety, and O'Leary just kind of threw it out there.
That was shocking what happened just there. If you look at the bottom of the screen, though, you've got Garlick, who just returned that kickoff, who might be his #1 receiver. Garlick was huffing and puffing before that play, trying to catch his breath. I don't think he's got a man open. He just throws it right over Potamoussis' head.
That's what it was. And on the sideline, as we look at Joe Hill, Fordham is loosening up. Backup quarterback John Pullman, so we may see a change at quarterback. Columbia with the ball, leading by 9. Heavy pressure out to Hayes, and Hayes across the 30-yard line. Tackle on the play by Kurt Geisler, and there's the sophomore out of Brentwood, New York, John Pullman. He had a solid spring, but was beaten out for the starting job by Conrad O'Leary. If he does come in, it will be his first varsity appearance as a Fordham Ram. Fordham may be looking for a spark from the quarterback position. 2nd down and 5 following the 5-yard pickup. Blażewski shows blitz. Andrzejewski finds Hayes, but it's knocked away. Good defensive play by Mike Wilt. Wilt all over Hayes. Hayes, a political science major, and lists among his hobbies wiffle ball. Better than the standard. Like to read, like to listen to music, watch some soap operas. Guy likes to play a good game of wiffle ball. 3rd and 5. Not earth-shattering, I just mentioned it, that's all. Andrzejewski to pass. Little trouble with the exchange. Now lofts one, looking deep, and it's knocked away by Wilt. Hayes, the intended receiver, so on that series they go short and long to Wilt.
Yeah, Fordham's defensive line is putting a lot of pressure here on Andrzejewski. And Wilt comes up with his second defensive pass in a row. Playing good defense.
Pat O'Doherty applying the hit as Andrzejewski let the pass go. Jamie Schwalbe on to punt. His third punt of the afternoon, averaging 32 yards per punt. This is a short one. Garlick from the 40-yard line and is downed immediately. A flag thrown on the play. Brought down on the play by Jim Hudnall, a reserve defensive back. But let's check out the flag. A 25-yard punt, a 1-yard return for Garlick. David Harrison, our referee, indicating the penalty against Fordham. It's a delay of game indication. And I think what they're saying is that Garlick maybe signaled for a fair catch. That's what it was. Signaled for a fair catch and then try to run with it. So the delay of game, and there was the signal for the fair catch. It does bounce to him. He says, well, no fair catch. Let's try to run it. But
being it bounced, the fair catch is off, he figures.
New quarterback in the game. It is John Pullman making his first varsity appearance. Pullman rolling to his left. Looking for Patamoussis, and Patamoussis holds on near the 40-yard line. So on 1st and 15, they pick up the 5 they lost on the delay of game penalty.
That's important for your new quarterback to come into the game and complete a pass right away. Now his confidence is going. They're going to need this guy to throw some passes down the stretch if they're going to get back into this game.
5th catch for Patamoussis. He needs 1 more to tie Ed Brown for 2nd on the Fordham list of career reception leaders. The Rams down by 9, 18-9. They closed to within 3 at 12-9 before Des Worthman went 76 yards with an interception. Pullman to Patamoussis out near midfield, and that reception ties him with Ed Brown for 2nd on the all-time Fordham career reception list.
2 in a row for Pullman. Just sprints out to the right-hand side, finds his receiver, and throws it on the run. Doesn't even set himself.
And Patamoussis came back to him also to help his young signal caller. 3rd and 3. I formation. Twins to the left side. Pullman on at quarterback, replacing Conrad O'Lear. Pullman's going to tuck it in, and he stopped just short. Tackle made by Gary Kasperzak, and he's just short of the first down.
This is a good play, though. He gets positive yards on this. He goes back to throw. Somebody jumps in his way, so he can't throw the ball. Tucks it down. Gets very close to the first down. They may go for it on 4th down here now.
4:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Fordham now wants to call a timeout and talk things over. So a timeout called. A 4th down play apparently forthcoming. Sometimes after calling a timeout, you're talked out of it. But I think that Larry Glick and his coaching staff sensed some momentum building. Pullman's come on, he's completed 2 passes, run for close to a first down, and they don't want to take the ball out of his hands right now.
I'm impressed with Pullman, very impressed. He came on his first series. They started 1st and 15 because of the penalty, and he's been able to get them down to 4th and 1.
Don't forget, Rhode Island takes on Hofstra at 7:30 p.m. this coming Friday night, live and exclusive on Sports Channel. The Flying Dutchman taking on Rhode Island. Also, don't forget that Hofstra plays Towson State tonight on Sports Channel. Well, there are a lot of things you can do on 4th and about the length of a football. The important thing from Fordham's standpoint is to get the first down. Don't forget, Columbia has played some tough defense on 3rd and short and 4th and short already in this ball game. Fordham has gone for it once before on 4th down. They were unsuccessful. Full house backfield. And the easiest play in the book for the first down, the quarterback keeper.
Easiest play if you've got a good center. If you don't have a good center, don't run that play.
Well, then let's credit Neil Penttinen for the snap.
Give the center the credit for that first down.
So Fordham maintains possession. They are in Columbia territory, down by 9. Let's send it down to Gary Sussman.
Very quickly, Matt, the insertion of John Pullman at quarterback has energized this Fordham sideline. This could be a key juncture if Fordham is going to come back against Columbia. Back to you, Matt.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. Once again, the I formation look. It's Helverson for about a yard. Now the ball comes free. Helverson still has it. Gain of about a half a yard or so, not much at all. Helverson scoring the lone Fordham touchdown this afternoon. He's carried the ball 10 times now for 32 yards.
Not much there for Helverson. No hole at all. He's, I don't know if his offensive lineman slipped or what happened, but Columbia's defense is stiffening up against the run anyhow.
Big game for both sides, looking for their first win in 92. Holman rolling out, has Potamoussis, now looking deep, takes it himself, breaks a tackle, and is brought down at the 47-yard line. Things happen so quickly. Holman has to make reactions that he normally can make in practice, but when it's for real, you got to make them faster.
He's got a guy in his face. He loses his first receiver and can't pick up his next receiver. I don't like this. They got people jumping on the quarterback almost like after the play. Got to stay off that quarterback.
Come on, Red!
3rd down and 7. Holman looking for Garlick on the sideline. He's got him for a first down inside the inside the 35-yard line.
This is a nice play by Garlick. He runs out, plants, comes back to the ball a little bit, and gets hit right in the chest with it. Good pass.
He is such a threat. You have to respect him deep. We saw him earlier in this half just go past the cornerback. An incomplete pass as it turned out, but still, you've got to respect his speed to go deep. So when you loosen up, he's going to take that short route. And in this case, they pick up a first down on it.
The good ones make it look easy, and Garlick's making it look easy right now.
6 foot, 185-pound senior out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A 4-year starter, the only 4-year starter on the Fordham team.
Give Pullman some credit, too. He's getting that ball right there.
This time, Garlick goes off to the top of your screen, left side of the Fordham line. Double tight end look. Strauss and Harper in there for the Rams. The handoff to Iasello, and Iasello stopped at the line of scrimmage. Columbia with a lot of defenders up at the line of scrimmage in that 2 tight end formation of 4.
Their defense is just swarming against the run. Iasello runs hard in there and gets hit by 2 guys. Here comes another guy. Swarming all over him. Good defensive play.
Worthman and Brenders, the linebackers, combining for the stop. 2nd down, under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Fordham trailing by 9, but they have the ball in Columbia territory. The sophomore again back to pass. Looking for Garlick, and it is incomplete.
Real nice protection here by the Fordham line. Really protecting Pullman good. He rolls out to the left-hand side here. You can't really see him. Okay, Garlick tries to come back and just slips.
Almost make the catch. We'll look at it one more time.
Real good protection there. Muddy field.
Gives the effort, but it's an incompleted pass. 3rd down. Straight back to pass. Under pressure, and he is sacked. Back at the 39-yard line, John Jennings with the sack, the junior reserve defensive end.
Columbia's defensive line is pumped up. Who do we got coming in here?
Everybody.
Everybody's coming in here.
Initially it was Kasperzak, and then the sack made by John Jennings.
John Jennings to finish him off.
So Montenegro back in to punt once again. Munt and Hill back to receive it. Good high punt. Munt handles it inside the 10 and steps out of bounds there. 30-yard punt for Montenegro. 50 seconds remaining.
Good job by Montenegro, pinning him back again. That's the second time he's punted the ball to the 9-yard line. Real good job.
50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Last year, Fordham scored 13 fourth-quarter points to pull out the 20-16 win. Columbia was leading 16-7 before Fordham rallied to pull it out. On the ground, this is Blazewski with the pursuit on Brainham. And watch the man.
Blazewski stuffing it up inside, moving to the outside. Let's see the speed here of Blazewski. He's able to just run the running back down. That shouldn't happen. Nice play.
He's got good speed. He's a good one. Whether or not he'll be drafted remains to be seen, but I imagine there's some team in the NFL that will give him a look somewhere. Incompleted pass, Casey Blair, the intended receiver. Tyrone on the coverage. Clock stops with 8 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Just when you thought Columbia might get conservative on you, they go to the air again.
12 for 27, excuse me, Kurt, for 118 yards and the touchdown and 1 interception.
Columbia doesn't seem to have a fear of throwing anywhere on the field, even down there on the 11-yard line.
Defensive coordinator Joe Gambardella wants his team to come up with a big play here on 3rd and 8. Straight back to pass. Flips one to the man coming out from the inside position. That's Mike Sardo.
Sardo makes a nice play there. Stops him short of the first down.
They send 2 guys long, and they bring the inside receiver to the flat. That has worked effectively throughout the first 3 quarters. It works well there, but not enough. It's 4th down, and Columbia will be punting when we come back. Right now, the third quarter has come to an end, and it is Columbia leading by 9, 18-9 over Fordham.
Forever Baseball's here.
Hello, everybody. I'm Parker Livermore. Join me each week on Forever Baseball. From the majors to the minors to the college ranks, Forever Baseball touches all the bases. We'll talk to the big money ball players, the super scribes, and the fans in the stands. Whether it's features from Fenway, rotisserie reports, or hitting tips, we've got all your baseball news. So join me each week right here on Forever Baseball.
Just Forever Baseball Blues.
Sports Channel, turn us on, and here's what you'll see. Thoroughbred action. Harvey Pack brings you all the thoroughbred horse racing excitement from the tracks all across New York State. Every racing day, you'll get gate-to-wire coverage of the races and the official results from the tracks. Plus, Harvey will keep track of the fastest horses, the best jockeys, and the current racing trends. Horse racing has never been more exciting than on Thoroughbred action. That's what you'll get when you turn on Sports Channel.
Back at Jack Coffey Field, Silvestri's Carpets, located at 2373 Belmont Avenue in the Little Italy section of the Bronx, featuring the Ashley Carpet Collection by Salem. Ashley has 8 new styles featuring 342 of the most beautiful colors ever available in the carpet industry. Extended warranties and superior construction make Ashley Carpets a great beginning to home sweet home. Tomorrow's color and styling today. For free estimate and shop at home services, call 1-800-675-7474. Brad Jordan with the 12-yard punt return. Fordham has excellent field position, down by 9.
Jordan's limping coming off the field now. He made a nice, nifty return there. Only 12 yards, but he sidestepped a couple guys. He's working hard. He's trying to get it done. Cuts left, goes up, sidesteps the guy. That's pretty. Keeps going through. He takes a hit and takes a little bit of a late hit there. You can just about see the guy piling on.
First down and 10. John Coleman in for his second series for the Fordham Rams. The pass is tipped, knocked around, and falls incomplete. Gary Kasprick knocking the ball down.
Kasprick gets his hand up, knocks the ball down. Nothing frustrates an offense more than to get passes knocked down. Here it is again.
Watch Pullman to see if anybody does intercept the ball. He wants to be in position to bring him down. As it turns out, it falls harmlessly to the ground. Pullman now 3 for 5 for 23 yards. Quick drop in, fires the ball short of Patamoussis. The first series, he ran very well, ran the offense very well. We'll get back to that point in just a moment. Down to Gary Sussman.
Thank you very much, Matt. Keep an eye out for number 54 for Columbia, J. Don Johnson. J. Don went out with a hyperextended right knee. They taped him back up. He's back in the ball game, but he said it happened to him last year against Dartmouth, so that right knee is suspect. You'll have to keep an eye out. As far as Brad Jordan, he's back in good shape, and he wants to go back in the ball game. Back up to you, Matt.
All right, Gary, thanks for that injury report. 3rd and 10. We'll get to that point about Pullman running the offense after this play. Straight back to pass. Looking for a man, and he fires it incomplete. What I was going to say, Kurt, is he came in that first series, ran very well, ran the offense very well. Now, after he picked up that first down, it's been a little bit of a struggle.
Well, you could just see Pullman lifting himself off the ground. The Columbia defense knocked him there again. They've got a lot of pressure on the kid now, and even the best of quarterbacks are going to throw errant passes and not do as well when you got all that pressure.
Montenegro back to punt once again. Hill and Munt back to receive it, standing at about their 10-yard line. Columbia setting up for a return. Good, high, spinning punt. Bounces inside the 10. The chase is on, but it gets into the end zone. And a break for the Lions as they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Now we're getting to that point of the game for Ray Tellier. Do you start to think clock, protecting the lead, or do you look to continue to throw the ball, spread things out? If you're successful, you'll score what in all likelihood would be the put-away touchdown, but we're in the 4th quarter. You start to protect.
You've got to get your defense to make a big play. You've got to get your defense to cause a fumble, make an interception. You've got to get your defense going. Your defense has got to stop them or make a big play now.
Does Columbia go conservative, or they stay with what brought them to this point? Well, the answer to our question is Robinson gets the pitch, although he stopped in the backfield, and once again, it's Blazieski making the stop.
I think that's something Columbia has to beware. They don't want to become too conservative. But again, they go to the option here. Blazieski is there again. Nice tackle. Nice pressure on the quarterback. Give him a little shot there. Here comes Blazieski. All he's got to do is hit him with one arm, knocks him down. Good defense.
He fought off the block of Pat Armstrong, and now we're going to have timeout called by Columbia. That'll give us a chance to develop the story. Pat Armstrong, who was injured and missed last week, but he's one of those upperclassmen. He's a junior who has come back on now here in the second half, and so the offensive line is bolstered by his return. And that's a story that will continue to develop for Columbia as they start to get their injured players back as the season goes on. Armstrong, very important.
They've done well today with having 3 offensive linemen, or 2 offensive linemen injured now.
Actually, well, now 2, you're right, because Armstrong is back. He's the right offensive tackle. He practiced this week. He had a sprained knee, missed last week. He is a junior. The other starters who are out and may return in the near term, but there's no full report as we look at Armstrong. John Coughlin, an offensive guard, and Matt Stream, who plays center and guard. But if they can get those guys back, that offense will look even more impressive as Armstrong back on here in the second half. 2nd down and 10 following the timeout. Long count. Andrzejewski back. Throwing. Completes it. That's Casey Blair at the 30-yard line.
I guess Columbia is not going to get conservative. They go right to the air again. Let's check out Armstrong on this play here. Maybe we can get an ISO on him. There he is. Nobody getting in. Nobody close to the quarterback. Of course, he had a little bit of help from his from the inside, but nice play.
I'm sure it feels good to Armstrong to get back out on the field. 3rd down and short. Columbia leading 18-9, looking to snap a 7-game losing streak. Fordham also in the midst of a 7-game schneid. And we have a timeout taken again by Columbia. Their 2nd in the last couple of plays, and that may prove to be an important factor as we get into the latter stages of this contest.
Well, they've got 3rd and half a yard here. They don't want to mess this up. They want to call the right play to come up with the 1st down, maintain control of the ball. And it may come to haunt them that they don't have that timeout later on, but they feel that this is important enough position in the game to call it down there.
They have just 1 remaining. Fordham with 2 timeouts left.
It's about time for that big play by the Fordham defense that I was talking about earlier. They can't continue to let Columbia make 1st downs on them. They've got to stiffen up here.
It's the keeper, but I don't think he got it.
It's going to be close.
It depends on that old left foot, right foot spot.
He had an initial surge, and then he was hit by somebody and got nothing else. It's going to be close.
Let's see where it is marked. He had to get to the 30-yard line, and the nose of the ball is short of the 30. It is 4th down, so the defense holds on the quarterback sneak.
This is great defense. Look at that surge by the line. Everybody low. Quarterback sneak can't even pick up half a yard.
It seemed to me that Andrzejewski stepped back for a second rather than just taking the snap and moving forward, and that may have caused the difference between a 1st down and turning the ball over on the punt. Schwalbe with the punt. Jordan from the 35, and he is wrapped up as he gets to the 44-yard line. 35-yard punt, 10-yard return. The ball came free at the end, and Columbia is saying they have it. And the Fordham Rams say, no, we still have the ball. And let's see what the officials decide as the pile clears. And it's going to be Fordham Ram football. So they take over, trailing by 9. 12:06 to go in the ball game.
That's a good job by Jordan. His job is to get that ball for the offense. And there's some hard hitting going out there, and it's difficult, I think, with the ball being wet and the weather the way it is today to hang on to that thing. And he did it. He picked up a couple yards on the way, too.
Fordham's last win came on October 12th of last year. They defeated Harvard 14-7 here at Jack Coffey Field. Columbia's last win last year against Pennsylvania, they won by a score of 20-14. Each looking to snap 7-game losing streaks. Coleman eludes the rush. And now, as the coverage is strong, he has to tuck it under, and he is snowed under. And a short gain on the play, but Pullman looking to throw, but again, the secondary has been very effective in its coverage.
He's very elusive, Pullman. It's a play-action pass. He rolls out to the opposite side of the play action, sets himself. He's got Worthman right in his face. He breaks a tackle by Worthman and manages to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Down by 9 when you know Fordham's going to throw. How effective is play action?
Well,
Pullman will throw here, and it's tipped. Beautiful interception by Brenders as he tipped the ball in the air, and the junior from Brooks Park, Ohio, comes up with the interception, and Columbia takes over at midfield. A very pretty play by the outside linebacker.
Brenders makes a great catch here. He just knocks the ball down with his hand and then cradles it in. Knocks it down, cradles it in. That's a great play. Stop the Fordham drive.
5 turnovers this afternoon for the Rams. 1st and 10 for the Lions. A little over 11 minutes remaining in this game. Columbia leading by 9. And Andrzejewski will keep it himself. And he gets down to the 41-yard line. We have not seen much of his athletic ability, but he does have that talent. He can run the ball, and that's another weapon in this offensive arsenal.
He just put his shoulder down at the end of this play and gets an extra yard. That's not like a quarterback. But I guess he's the next special teamer, so here we go. Boom! 2 yards.
Remember, we told you that last week Columbia had a net of 13 yards rushing. They wanted to get a running game established today. They've rushed the ball for 77 yards, and they almost turned the ball over there. Robinson having trouble with the handoff, but he falls on it, and Columbia maintains possession.
Little fisticuffs going on. Here we got a replay. Fumbles the ball, manages to fall on top of it.
Andrzejewski had to reach a little bit to Robinson. He never really had the ball. 3rd down and 3. Pressure, looking to set up the screen, and Andrzejewski just throws the ball away. John Klosek was near it, so no flag, but he was under tremendous pressure, and that is a familiar position for the junior signal caller.
John Clarkson. Well, afterwards, before him, it was Kurt Geisler.
So a punt as Schwabe comes on again. Jordan back deep. And a new man back there, that's Sean Mackey. Jordan and Mackey back to receive the punt. High punt, short one. Fair catch signaled for by Mackey at the 20-yard line, a 23-yard punt. And I wonder if Schwabe knew that that was the new man, because he sent it right to the fresh jersey. If he picked it up, it was a pretty astute move on his part.
Well, I like to see that they're giving Tom Garlick a rest. This guy's been doing a lot of things. He's been returning kickoffs. He's been returning punts. He's been catching passes all day long on a muddy field. Now, a muddy field, you're going to get tired easier because your feet dig in more, and it can tire out your calves sometimes. So let's have this guy fresh for this offensive series and see if he can't put some points on the board.
He's on the field with Potamusa split to the left of the line. 7 catches for Garlick this afternoon for 57 yards. Pullman hands the ball off to Scott Helverson. Helverson, who scored the lone touchdown for Fordham in the 3rd quarter. A 7-yard run that brought Fordham within 3. And he has been the workhorse from the running back spot. Came into the game as the leading rusher. Picked up 2 on that play. 11 carries, 35 yards for Helverson. In the opener, he had a big game against Lehigh, rushing for 90 yards, held to just 11 last week. Helverson comes in motion. Rolling out that way is Pullman. He is under pressure, and he's brought down.
Just can't get it off. He's looking for Garlick deep downfield. Got to credit the Columbia defense.
Blindside pressure applied by Gary Kasperzak. A long way. That's the distance that Fordham must travel to score a touchdown. If they go for 2, it would bring them within 1, and we go back to the missed extra point following their lone touchdown this afternoon. It could be critical. They've got to get the first down, though, on 3rd and long. Again, Pullman under pressure. This time he's able to elude the rush. And now the sophomore's going to try to run it. And Rick Brenders comes up from the linebacker spot, and after a 3-yard pickup, he brings Pullman down, so it'll be 4th and 10. And once again, a punting situation for the Fordham Rams, and now the clock becoming the critical factor, as we will shortly be under 8 minutes to go.
You have to give Columbia credit. The defensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage.
Setting up for a block. They've got 10 men on the line of scrimmage. Munt, the only man back. He's at the 45. Montenegro's punt handled at the 40 by Munt. Crosses midfield and gets to the 47-yard line. 40-yard punt, 13-yard return. And now Columbia can think about being a little conservative. 7:40 to go in the ball game, leading by 9. Hold on to the ball if you're
I would
Columbia.
suspect that they would begin to run the ball now, but you don't know. I mean, they haven't been conservative all game long. I'm very impressed with their offensive attack, with their game plan. Who knows? They could do anything.
Well, they sent 3 wide receivers to the left-hand side. And they're going to go to the air once again. And a beautiful diving catch made out in the flat by Mike Sardo, the senior from Bethpage, New York.
This is what's been keeping the Fordham defense guessing all day. You just don't know what Columbia is going to come with. 4 wide receivers, 3 wide receivers. Any kind of look they'll give you. This is a great catch, too. Who's that catching the ball?
That's Sardo, his 5th catch of the afternoon. He caught 4 last year against Fordham, has 5. And Andrzejewski, every time he throws the ball, he is popped. He's an awfully tough kid, absolutely. And that is the one thing that the coaches have talked about, that he gets popped and he comes back for the next play.
That's important for your offense to see that, too. They have to see that your quarterback's a tough guy. They have to see that he can't be intimidated. He can be hit and come back. That lifts your offense right up.
I'm sure Chad would prefer not to have to display that talent on a regular basis, but you're right. The offense is lifted when they see the toughness in the quarterback. Scott Spivey has come in as the lone receiver to the left-hand side. 3 receivers to the right. And the ball is incomplete through the hands of Ken Hayes, almost intercepted.
Again, Andrzejewski getting up off the ground. He got hit again on that play. Here we go. We can see it. Rolls to the right. Knows he's going to get hit. He knows he's going to get hit there. Still lets it go. Gets hit by 2 guys.
The quarterback's jersey's not supposed to be that dirty, even on a muddy day like today. Joe Gambardella, the defensive coordinator, yelling something from the sideline. Schwalbe's punt almost blocked. Mackey has it at the 15. Mackey dancing up to the 25-yard line, but now Fordham's got to do something. They're down by 9, time running out, a little over 6 minutes to go in the game. They've got to put the ball up in the air, and in his first series in place of Conrad O'Lear, John Pullman looked pretty good, but since then it's been a struggle, and Fordham looking for the answer.
Well,
down by 9.
Fordham's offensive line is just going to have to protect for Pullman. There's no way he can throw the ball if he's got people in his face. They've got to get tough here. They've got to just keep the people out.
He completed his first 3 passes. He's 0 for 5 since that point. 3 for 8 overall for 23 yards. Here's a completion to Garlick, who spins away, runs up the sideline, then pushed out of bounds across the 35-yard line, so the clock stops. 6:07 to go.
This Pullman can play. You give him protection, he completes the pass. That was nice protection that time.
Well, there was a big battle in the spring for the #1 quarterback spot. Gary Brennan graduated. They had to find a replacement. O'Lear won the battle, but there may be a battle on. If Pullman can do something here, practice could be very interesting this week.
You see it developing.
O'Lear, the senior, was replaced in the 3rd quarter after throwing an interception. Garlick on a short pattern wrapped up and brought down. Derek McNeese dropping Garlick at the 40-yard line.
This is just a short little stop pattern. Doesn't look like much, but it's very effective. It uplifts your offense. It's a completion. He only got 3 or 4 yards on it, but now it's 2nd and 6, and you're in good position.
Straight back to pass. Pullman looking for Garlick. He's got him across midfield inside the 45-yard line. It's a first down for Fordham.
Nice protection again. Delivers it right there to him. Goes down with the ball, catches the low ball. He came off the field, Garlick, now. I don't know if he's a little bit tired, maybe, from all the returning he's done and the receiving.
Seemed a little shaken up after the play, too. I'm sure he'll be back after this play. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Coleman incomplete for Harris. Harris was open near the 40-yard line, but he threw the ball low. And now Garlick comes back into the game, and it'll be Harris checking out. Garlick, with that last catch, by the way, has become the all-time leader here in Fordham in career reception yardage. He's already the career leader in number of catches, but now he's the #1 guy in yardage on the receiving end, and he receives a warm round of applause from the fans here at Jack Coffey Field. He joins John Potamoussis out on the right side. 2nd and 10. The ball is tipped, and it's intercepted by Brenders. Brenders might go all the way. He's at the 30. Garlick tracking him down and brings him down inside the 20-yard line. A flag thrown, now another one thrown, well after the play and well behind the play. But Brenders with the interception, he brings it back a long way, and Columbia has the ball.
Columbia's defensive line has been getting their hands in the air all day long, and this is another tipped ball that's intercepted. You got to give them a lot of credit. They've been coached well to raise their hands. We get a tip ball. You don't see it here, but the ball comes end over end to Garlick halfway there.
And Brenders rumbles down the sideline.
There it is. There's the tip. Who tipped that?
Didn't pick up who tipped it. 42 yards, though, on the return. And the penalty against Columbia, as so often happens when the defense becomes offense, there was a clip on the play. Garlick coming a long way back to make the stop. I thought when Brenders go all the way, but Garlick showing a big burst of speed brought him down. The penalty moves it back to the 42-yard line.
That whole play was made by the tip ball, though. We gotta find out who did that.
Flag thrown. Yeah, the guys who get the interception and the return get all the credit, but somebody had to tip it.
The guy who got the interception, that was the easy job. It fell right into his hands. He was going back into coverage. But the guy who stuck his hand up there and knocked the ball down, he should get the credit.
Looking back through the Columbia media guide, if I read it correctly, the last time Columbia won a game outside of the Ivy League was back in 1980. Here's a look at that interception.
Who is that? Looks like the left defensive end.
Well, that would have been Sean Nichols then.
Well, give Nichols the credit then for making that interception.
Until we hear otherwise, that sounds fair.
Play.
Columbia keeping the ball on the ground, the clock in their favor, the scoreboard in their favor. They lead by 9, 18-9 with under 5 minutes to go. Back in 1980, Columbia went 1-9 and they beat Lafayette in the second game of the season, their last out of Ivy League win for the Lions.
That was Nichols, excuse me. He made the tip on that ball.
2nd down and short. Movement and then a flag thrown. Fordham showing blitz, and I think a Columbia lineman moved a little soon in anticipation. So the clock stops 4:19 to go, and on the false start, it will cost the Lions 5 yards. While we have the opportunity, I want to thank Joe Favorito and Joe Del Balso of the Fordham Sports Information Office, Bill Steinman, the Columbia Sports Information Director, and the respective athletic directors, Dr. John Reeves at Columbia and Frank McLaughlin here at Fordham. On 2nd down, Columbia stays with that one-back look, and somebody didn't know the snap count. And I think the only man who didn't know was the center, because everybody else moved, and
very uncharacteristic.
Matt Cassio held on to the ball.
Very uncharacteristic of Columbia here.
Two. No. It's on 1. Trust us. It's 1. So
they've been virtually flawless on offense, I thought, this afternoon, and the last 2 plays have been uncharacteristic.
2nd down and 12 on the 5-yard mark-off. Ball just inside the 45-yard line. 3:45 to go in the ball game. Columbia hoping to snap a 7-game losing streak. If Fordham does lose, it would be their 8th straight. They would start the year at 0-3. Andrzejewski's going to keep it.
This kid
And the
looks
clock
like
continues to run, though he went out of bounds. I'm sorry. He was brought down, though, inbounds, so the clock continues to run. A very
this kid
important
looks
factor.
like a running back, not a quarterback. He lowers his shoulder every time he carries the ball. No fear.
Ray Taylor in his 4th year, hoping to pick up just his 4th win, but the program, he believes, is turning the corner. There are many who have yet to be convinced that this win will help them become believers. Under 3 minutes to go. Ray's not going to rest until that win is recorded as official. On 3rd and 2, stopped on the play is Kyle Branham. Aaron Doherty, the defensive end out of Northampton, New Hampshire, makes the stop.
This is a nice play, but you need more than that now. You got to be going for that ball at this point, at that point in time in the game. If you stand a guy up, one guy stands him up, the other guy goes for the ball. Fordham needs the ball.
Jamie Schwalbe will punt, standing at the 49. Fordham setting up for a block, 2:20 and counting to go. Jordan, the lone man, back to receive the punt at the 10-yard line. Good, high, soft punt. Jordan handles it at the 15 and is brought down right there. Tackle on the play made by Alberto Marconi, and Marconi getting the job done on special teams. And Fordham's got a long way to go. And Fordham goes back to the starting quarterback, Conrad O'Lear. O'Lear replacing Coleman with 2:08 to go in the game and his team down by 9. .85 yards to go for a score. Even if they're successful on 2, they'll be down by a point. And O'Lear falls after handling the snap. The way he went down, he might have got his foot caught up on one of the offensive linemen and tripped. He clearly tripped. How it came about, I don't know, but...
Well, there's a sense of urgency now on the Fordham team, and they're trying to do everything as fast as they can, and it leads to mistakes. O'Lear just trips and falls.
5-yard loss on the play. It's 2nd and 15, under 2 minutes to go. Garlick can hold on along the sideline. And those short patterns are nice if you've got more time. But time is the ally of Columbia. 1:35 to go in the game.
Yeah, when you need 2 scores with 1:35 left, you got to start airing that thing out.
O'Lear now 12 for 26 for 139 yards. For Fordham, they stay at home. Next week they host the University of Pennsylvania. That's a 1 o'clock start here at Jack Coffey Field. Long downfield, and it's almost intercepted by Danny Kale.
That's the right type of play for this time in the game, though. You got to be going downfield with that ball. Batamusas just runs a post. Nice defensive play there. Danny Kale.
Montenegro back to punt, standing in his end zone. Munt set to receive it at the 46. Low snap, but he handles it. Munt at the 45. And is wrapped up almost immediately and brought down on the play by Mike Costanzo, a reserve outside linebacker. So 120 is all that separates Columbia from its first win of the 1992 season, and the Lions would snap a 7-game losing streak. Next on tap for Columbia. Next week they're at home against Bucknell. Or correction, excuse me, against Colgate. 2 weeks from now, they have Bucknell. They play their first 4 games in New York. 3 at home, and of course this game here in the Bronx. And Ray Taylor said it was very important for us to get off to a good start if we're going to attain that 5-win goal. Robinson on the handoff, hit behind the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by Fordham. they'll have one more remaining. He felt that if his team could not turn things around, I'm speaking of Tellier now, as we look at Larry Glick, whose club apparently will fall to 0-3. He felt that they couldn't turn it around while they were basically at home, not having to travel except for this game, and it was a short bus trip. If they were 1-3 or 0-4, that it would have been virtually impossible for this team to believe in itself and get people rallied around the program. But this is an important first step. They stay out of the Ivy League as they play Colgate and Bucknell from the Patriot League the next 2 weeks. And they feel that if they can put another win, or perhaps 2 wins, in the next 2 weeks on the board, well, then things look bright and people will finally believe that this program has come around.
Got to give Columbia a lot of credit today. They had a very imaginative offensive plan, and they really confused Fordham's defense all day long. And they never got conservative all game. Until this point right here, they've run, but they've been throwing the ball all day on first down.
Fordham can stop the clock one more time. Andrzejewski hit behind the line of scrimmage by Clarkson, and Fordham will stop the clock one more time. It'll be 3rd down and long, 1:05 remaining in the game.
I don't like to see Andrzejewski do that this late in the game, though. They've got the game in hand now, and there's your starting quarterback. He's a very valuable member of your team. Hand it off to one of your running backs with all the pads on. Let them take the abuse at the end of the game. Let Andrzejewski live for another day. Good player.
Last year, Larry Glick celebrated his 50th birthday with the victory over Columbia. There will be no celebration today, but there will be in that man's household. Although he realizes what remains ahead for Columbia, but when a program has been used to nothing but the negative, 4 years they went without a win. Only 5 wins in the last 4 years. He realizes that one win is not a headline maker, but he thinks he's got the foundation going. He thinks he's got it built. He's had back-to-back good recruiting classes, and when a coach takes off the headset, they know it's over.
It's over. Well, I was very impressed with Columbia today.
They really spread things out. They put Fordham on their heels right away, and they didn't let that early turnover and the 3-point deficit off the Hagen field goal bother them. They came right back, scored on the Greenfield 3-yard reception, and they haven't been headed.
A lot of poise. They came into this game very well prepared.
After a bad week of offensive practice, they look very, very effective indeed. They'll let that clock run down near the 1 second mark. In fact, they may even take a penalty, but it would be wiser to snap it at 1, 2 seconds, 1, and in fact, they do take the penalty. They would have used up a little more clock if they had snapped it at 1, but nonetheless, only 28 seconds remain. We'll just force Schwalbe back a few more yards. Delay of game, 5-yard penalty. Life in Division I AA not easy, as the Fordham Rams are finding out. A very successful Division III program, but now in their 4th year at 1 AA, finding it a bit of a struggle. Fair catch signaled for by Jordan. 21 seconds left.
Jordan Fields at the 30.
After the game, Gary Sussman will be speaking with that man there, Ray Tellier. Came to Columbia from the University of Rochester, where in his final 2 years they went 17-4.
It's a pretty good record.
He was an assistant at a number of places prior to going to Rochester and being the head coach, and now in his 4th year at Columbia. We're also going to try to get Des Worthman to spend some time with Gary Sussman, so you'll want to stay tuned for that as Gary speaks with the great middle linebacker, and we were not disappointed by Worthman's performance, nor Blaziewiski's.
No, they both performed up to par. Of course, Des Worthman had that interception for a touchdown, which is going to make his night, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Well, if you go back to the 3 points that we made at the beginning of the game, keys to Columbia's success today, playing a physical game. They played a more of a finesse game, but against a physical team, they had to do something, and that was what they did. They found a running game. and they kept it to a low-scoring game.
They were very physical on the line of scrimmage today. Their defensive line put a lot of pressure on Fordham's quarterbacks all day long, both Pullman and O'Lear.
Intercepted by Kevin Robinson with 7 seconds remaining. And now a little how do you do, and that's the wrong place to be if you got a white jersey and a Columbia blue helmet on. Little pushing and shoving. Now flags thrown. You know what it is? Columbia just doesn't know the Bronx that well, and the guys on Fordham are telling them where some of the landmarks are. The New York Botanical Gardens, the Bronx Zoo. Just want to let them know how they can get there. It's going to cost somebody. Well, it may be offsetting. Personal foul against Columbia. Yeah, that might be the only one. So it'll cost them a few yards for that travel information. But they'll come away with the win. 7 seconds remaining in the game. 18-9 the score.
A little frustration on the Fordham sideline. They came into this game expecting to win. They really thought they had a good chance against Columbia, and they got surprised, as I think a lot of us did, at how strong Columbia was and how well prepared they were today.
Well, Columbia with something to build on for next week, and Fordham's got to go back to work. It is difficult, and Fordham's getting to that point of the season where it's very critical. Do you lose the kids for the entire season? 0-3. They've got to start doubting themselves, I'm sure. There's a point in the season when they might not be able to bring them back. And Larry Glick is hoping they haven't reached that point and is hoping they can right the ship next week. Fordham can't stop the clock. Andrzejewski steps down and kneels down, and that'll do it. The Columbia Lions snap a 7-game losing streak and win their first game outside of the Ivy League since 1980 as they defeat the Fordham Rams here at Jack Coffey Field by an 18-9 score. A tough day all around for the Fordham Rams.
Yeah, they've got their heads down a little bit, but they'll live for another day, the Rams. They ran into a tough opponent today. The Columbia team was just too well prepared for them. Offensively, especially. Their defense was confused. Nobody knew what play they were going to run on first down. They reverses, everything. They threw everything at them today, and they surprised them.
Before the game, Ray Tellier was concerned with the conditions of the field, with the rain, with the wind. He said, we're going to have to option these guys, spread them out, 3 and 4 receivers. The weather is just not going to help us. Well, he got a break. It stopped raining. The wind died down. The field was in pretty good shape considering all of the rain that we had. And lo and behold, he's able to execute that offense to perfection. And his team comes away with the win, 18-9 over the Fordham Rams, showing that there's no hard feelings after that last to-do. The team shaking hands at midfield. Fordham back to the drawing board next week. Columbia takes the win with them. And next week, it'll be Colgate over at Baker Field at Wayne Stadium. And Gary Sussman has 2 very happy men with him. Gary?
Thank you very much, Matt. And with me, head coach Ray Tellier and outstanding linebacker Des Worthman. First of all, coach, congratulations on a hard-fought but well-earned victory.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll take it after what we've been through. We'll take it any way we can get it.
Now, you may not know this, but this is the first time that Columbia has been 500 since 1980 when they beat Lafayette 6-0. So an early win on the board for Columbia this year.
Well, yeah, that's behind us, and hopefully we'll be above 500 soon.
Now, when you talked about cautious optimism before the season began and you looked at the schedule, this had to be one of the games that went under that cautiously optimistic category.
Yeah, I think Fordham's a team that's a lot like us. They've struggled to win. They've improved. They've played everyone tough on their schedule, and we knew it would be a 4-quarter game, but it was a game that we need to win. We're going to play people as good or better as the year goes on.
And not enough credit can go to your defense led by this man on my left, Des Worthman. They were just outstanding. No sustained drives by Fordham, both scores after fumbles.
I don't think there was sustained drives by anybody in the second half. I don't think we made a first down, but that was as fine a defensive effort as we've had, and I know in our 4 years here. And if you look at the difference on the scoreboard, our defense scored 9 points. Okay, and we won by 9.
Thank you very much. Good luck the rest of the season. And standing with me, Des Worthman. Des, first of all, congratulations. I want to talk about that 76-yard interception. You had to be the most surprised man in the field because O'Lear was on his way down.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to throw it, but he had a tendency to throw it. And I mean, during the day, he was kind of throwing, he was kind of grounding the ball, so I just kind of went with him. And then as you see, just kind of last-ditch effort right there. And it was off, basically.
And luckily for you, it was a nice soft toss, because even though you were surprised...
if it were fashion, I don't know if I would have caught that.
Talk to me a little bit about this Columbia team. There was a nice write-up about you in the Daily News last week, and your intensity and your desire to lead this team away from the reputation that has preceded the Columbia Lions.
I don't like to lose, and so that's been my trait throughout my 4 years here at Columbia. I mean, granted, we've had losing seasons, but this is, I think, mentally a tougher team, physically a tougher team, and I just think, our defense came out today and showed that.
Well, you're 500. Congratulations, and good luck the rest of the season. Des Worthman, a superb ball game, 9 tackles, 4 solo, a 76-yard interception. He played an outstanding ball game. He'd like to go to the NFL, only time will tell, but he certainly is leading Columbia on the right track for 1992. Back upstairs to Matt Lockwood.
Thank you very much, Gary. The hard work of Ray Tellier and his staff and his team paying off in the victory this afternoon as they win their first game of 1992, defeating the Fordham Rams by a score of 18-9. Don't go away. We have more from Jack Coffey Field right after this.
Fordham football has been brought to you by U.S. Air. U.S. Air begins with you. By Silvestri Carpets, exclusive distributor of the Ashley Carpet Collection. By Marriott, proudly serving Fordham for over 10 years. By the Fordham University Bookstore.
We know how hard you work. We'll work that hard for you. We believe in putting people first in everything we do. Every time we fly, every mile of sky, everything we do. U.S. Air begins with you.
Outside this whole world just keeps on.
Randy Travis, he's the best.
Still the real things are
What a
found.
voice.
Hello. It's when you found the real thing.
I think he's as cute in person. Uh-huh. What I wouldn't give to meet a guy like him. Hey, Julie, want to ring up this Coca-Cola Classic?
Thank you. Can't beat the real thing.
Cromwell at the 30.
Chacho, the quick pitch to Segura.
Bet on Chris, and Chris just made a great catch.
Holy Cross on top, 13-7 in the first minute of the second half, and Pignio, a bullseye again, 14-7 the Satyrs.
Anthony does a great job, and Shannon Splain again did a nice job getting the ball down. And here we come right back, and we're in the huddle on the sideline wanting to create another turnover. We don't quite get that, but J.T. Scott does a nice job, and we keep him inside the 20-yard line. And guys are getting a little bit frisky. A little bit of emotions are running in high, and knew it was a heated game. I mean, Fordham plays the game hard. We play the game hard. But when that whistle blows, you have to respect that and slow down and wait back for the next one. Big hit by Marcus Duckworth. And, boy, as Marcus played very, very well. Senior co-captain and inside linebacker played exceptionally well for us.
And Holy Cross back with the ball. And, Andy, you found the wrong man.
Yeah, well, I ran out to my right, and I wanted to look back left, and I wanted to throw it to Shannon because he was open, but there was someone in between us, and something I got willing to correct, and
I'm sure
just
you
threw
will.
over the side. Yeah.
Just a matter of time, Coach. He had a good season, almost 1,000 yards.
I tell you, he did a great job, just made improvement after improvement. As you watch this game and on Saturday, the places where I noticed an awful lot of improvement was his poise in the pocket, and then also his ability to throw the ball away at various times when people were uncovered. And the last one we saw was one he should have thrown it away. But fortunately, they get called for roughing the passer, and we retain the possession of the football anyway. And Jeff Meter punts it into the end zone. They get it. Tommy McDonald gets some pressure on him, and Garrett Morris comes up with a big play here and a pass breakup, which helped us a bunch. And Garrett's another guy in our secondary we're going to miss an awful lot. He's played with an awful lot of intensity. Here's the other big play we give up all day long. They catch us in man coverage, and in the wet field, Marcus Duckworth just gets beaten a little bit and outrun a little bit, and I think it's really because of a muddy and sloppy field. And we give them a big play, but they fumble the snap from center, and I think on this one, Rob Milanetti's right there to recover the fumble. Rob Milanetti's like Todd Arujo. He's one of those two guys that are coming back, and two guys that have been exceptionally productive all year for us defensively.
Well, Coach Doyle, you have to be pleased. The offense is coming back in the field now.
Right, they knew they were challenged at halftime, and they knew they had to come out and get it done. It didn't take long for the offense to prove that they were going to come out and get after Fordham a little bit and get the job done. See here, Eric Sampson just pounding the ball up in there off tackle, and offensive line creating a little movement for him.
Eric 1 yard shy of 100. He would have been the third time he would have gone for over 100 this season.
Eric's ran very, very hard. And the play that Coach Doyle just mentioned there, as much of it was a good run by our tailback, nice blocking by our offensive line. It was also that eraser by the quarterback where I'd call the play that wasn't a very good one. And Andy put us against that particular defense into the right call, and we get a big play. And here the quarterback gets a completion. Tommy Mack breaks the pass up, but it's a completion to himself. And Greg Dratty comes up with a big hit, along with 3 or 4 other guys in purple shirts. The one thing about our defensive football team, it always seemed like there were 3 or 4 people around the football, which is a big, big asset. You can tell right here, Andy's changing another play. No, I guess he did. That was another bad call on my part. Great hustle on Andy's part here. Now this is the next one. It's 3rd down and 29. And I looked at Andy and said, "You make the call." And he said, "No, thanks, Coach. You make it." Can you believe that?
Chris, who made the call?
Oh, I try to stay out of those calls. I don't want to make any decisions there. People get all upset.
I'll tell you what I like about Andy, Coach, is he mixes it up for a quarterback.
No, he's not afraid to dive in there and compete a little bit. And you're absolutely correct. We like that an awful lot about him and about an awful lot of the other kids who wear purple shirts. And Jimmy Bowes, young man, didn't get to practice much last week because he has a bad knee that he hurt against Colgate. Comes up with a big fumble here for us, big fumble recovery. You know, all those little things. I know early in the year we had some problems with the quarterback-center exchange, and on muddy days you can have some of those things, and we fortunately corrected some of it. Fortunately for us, they didn't correct some. Here's Johnny Powell coming up with a big sack, assisted by Billy Hitchmoff and Jimmy Bowes, and some excitement showing again.
Holy Cross on top, 14-7.
Yes, and here we are again. Todd Arujo steps in front of a errant pass by the young sophomore. And, you know, we talk about Andy being a freshman, but the old adage in coaching is when you have to play a sophomore, you don't do real well. So Andy better skip a grade.
Did you hear that, Andy?
Yeah, I heard that. Hopefully it won't be true.
Eric Sampson breaks through with some great blocking up front. And, you know, one of the things that happened, we knew we had to throw the ball early in the football game because Fordham lined up and said, "You're not going to run it against us." So we did. We threw it effectively. It put them off balance a little bit. And as Coach Doyle mentioned, we challenged the offensive line at halftime. Actually, Chris challenged them a little bit. And they responded very, very well. And we mounted a little bit of a ground game when we needed to have it. Here's Scotty Wykander runs over there, All-American inside linebacker. I can't pronounce the name, so we'll just call him Blaze. And gets us ahead 21-7, 20-7. And again, Pig kicks it right down the middle, and it's 21-7. We start to celebrate a little bit too early, I think, because here, one of the few ones that Anthony misses. We want a deep middle squib kick. We want the ball bouncing, and Anthony gets underneath it too much, and bang, here we go. Young man takes the thing 87 yards, which just,
McKee on the fly, Randy McKee going all the way into the glory zone.
Yeah, he certainly did. I tell you what, that had my heart pounding again because I knew darn well what was going to happen. They were going to onside kick, which we had to recover, and then there was still plenty of time where we needed to move the football. And, you know, fortunately they miss it. You know, I don't know. I know we block it, but I think it was more a bad kick on their part than it was something effectively done by us. But here they onside kick. Scott Moody, one of our wide receivers, another former quarterback, does a nice job of gathering the football up right here to secure it. But I'm still at the point where the game's not over. We need to get a first down. I mean, we've got to kill some time on the clock, and we've got to come away with a first down. And fortunately, we did. We come off the field with a 21-13 win. And I tell you what, it wasn't very pretty, but we'll take those wins anyway.
Well, you had to be pleased, Coach, not only for the win, but some of the spectators, all of the spectators, and the group from 1942 that was there for the 50th reunion.
You know, that was something special. And I told our kids after the game that as good a win and as great a season as we've had this year, I think the guys from 1942 kind of symbolize what Holy Cross is all about and what the game of college football is all about believe 29 out of 32 of the living members still, or the people that are still living, returned to campus that day. And that says an awful lot about the camaraderie and the closeness those guys have for one another and for the institution, Holy Cross. And we're very, very happy to have them back.
And for those that might not know exactly what we're talking about, the team in 1942 blasted Boston College 55-12, a team that was ranked one in the nation, undefeated, headed for the Sugar Bowl, ended up in the Orange Bowl.
That's right. And the thing about that Holy Cross football team, they ended up 19th in the country.
I know it.
That's pretty darn good.
And Coach Ed Murphy, who's still coaching high school football at Drake, said BC should have gone to the toilet bowl. But
I've seen Coach Murphy a couple times, and I've asked him, how have you stayed in coaching that long?
47 years now.
Oh, God love him, huh?
Hey, once again, guys, congratulations on a fine win over Fordham, 21-13. We'll be back with the final wrap on the Holy Cross Football Show. But first, we're going to break for these messages.
Hi, I'm Kevin Meehan from Imperial Chevrolet Geo.
Cut.
And I'd like...
This one's been sold, Kevin.
All right, let's try this again. Hi, I'm Kevin Meehan from Imperial Chevrolet Geo.
Cut.
And What's the matter now?
It's been sold, Kevin.
I can't believe this. Let's try this one more time. Hi, I'm Kevin Meehan from
Cut.
Imperial...
It's been sold.
Before you stop me again, I'd just like to say I'm Kevin Meehan from Imperial Chevrolet Geo, Route 16 in Milford, and we sell for less.
You just did.
Homeowners, if you've been waiting for just the right time to re-side your home with premium vinyl siding, your wait is over. Superlative Home Improvement is closing out our current inventory of highest quality lifetime vinyl siding. We need to keep our crews busy in the coming months, and we're dealing like never before for this end-of-year spectacular. Listen carefully to this offer. We'll install 1,000 square feet of premium vinyl siding on your home for just $1,689. And with your siding purchase comes more unbelievable deals, like shutters for just $13 a pair. Storm doors are just $85, and that includes installation. Gutters and downspouts, an unbelievable $2.99 per foot installed. And are you ready for this? Replacement windows are only $89 each installed. You may never see an offer like this again, and it's good only while supplies last. Call Superlative Home Improvement at 1-800-225-5800 now while supplies last. And remember, these prices include installation. Call now or you may miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime sale. 1-800-225-5800.
Sports Channel presents the Canadian Football League Grey Cup Championship. Doug Flutie's last-second scoring drive gave the Calgary Stampeders a lift into the championship game. But can they handle the explosive offense of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers? Find out. Watch the Grey Cup Championship this Sunday at 6 on Sports Channel. College basketball comes alive on Sports Channel with coverage of the top local teams and the national powerhouses. No one has more exciting college hoops than Sports Channel. Notre Dame hosts Evansville Sunday, December 6th at 2.
Welcome back to the Holy Cross Football Show. We're just about out of time. Andy Fitzpatrick, thanks for being with us. Congratulations on an outstanding freshman campaign.
Thank you very much.
And Coach Doyle, good job. Your team came from rags to riches, that offensive line. Nice going.
Thank you very much.
And Coach Voss, banquet time coming up. The season over, 6-5, 4-1 in league play, and now the big banquet.
Yeah, we bring it to a close Sunday night, November 29th. It starts at 5 o'clock, sit-down dinner at 6 o'clock. And certainly anybody in Worcester that wants to come up, tickets are available at the door. It's at the Hogan Campus Center and the ballroom right there in Hogan Campus Center.
Nice going, guys. Nice going, Coach. And we'll be back next week for the final show of the 92 campaign. We'll have all the exciting plays of the Crusaders here in 92. So come on back next week. Catch you then.